And welcome back to another episode of the Ministry of Truth. I am your number one host on this show, and pretty much your only host on this show because I fire everybody that tries to get a job here because, well, I don't like their attitude. I don't. Good morning, General C. Monkey. How are you this fine Friday morning? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. I ain't got a job, so we're going to be here watching some videos with me. We're going to watch a Louder with Crowder segment. Apparently, I did not know that PP Long Island is actually part of Louder with Crowder's crew. Did not know that until, well, yesterday. Then we're going to watch a few videos about people who just should not be parents. Of course, we always do that. But all three of these ones involve body cam footage and a DUI. And maybe one or two kids thrown from the vehicle. And then we're going to talk, well, not really talk. We're going to listen to, and I'm going to talk about a street interviews done by Liberty Hangout at the Trans Day of Visibility. But before we get into that, we're going to start off with some news that is currently happening next month on, wait, is it April? Oh, this is happening soon. Maybe now. And Fort Benning, the best soldiers in the world competitions, pretty much. Now let's figure out what I'm doing with the computer, and then we'll get to the first story.
This is the event where you will only see the best of the best compete from all around the world in what some call the Army's Olympic Games. It's Infantry Week. From snipers to rangers, these competitions are a big show of force promoting increased lethality and proficiency within the Defense Department. Our own Xavier Walton has boots on the ground there in Fort Benning, Georgia. Xavier, I can only imagine what the energy must be like behind you. And I want to see you doing some jumping jacks and some push-ups as you get.
They're about to run through an obstacle or a confidence course after this.
And no jumping jacks, but hey, this is really, really remarkable right now. We're
What's up,
watching
Yeti?
some of the first teams come in.
They put Fort Benning on it. Hell yeah.
They just completed their six miles with a 60-pound sandbag.
Actually 5
These
miles.
guys are the toughest of tough, and they're only just getting started.
Little cast.
This is the Army's Olympics. 4 competitions pushing these elite soldiers from around the world to the limit.
These guys are the best. They know what April means. The International Sniper Competition. Takes a lot of hard work, determination, critical thinking. You're talking about guys that are shooting anywhere between 300 and 800 meters.
Sniping is an art. Competition is really the closest thing we can get these guys for the pressure.
From the range to the ring, soldiers fighting to have their names etched in
I
history.
used to train in that gym right there.
And no one can beat me because I train hard for this. It's very important because I'm also.
That means they made it to the third round.
So that means a lot for me.
Typically, when it comes to the Army combatives competitions, first round is all grappling, submissions. Second round, you can throw slaps in, and then third round, well, in the cage.
Have to be accurate.
We wanted to make it as realistic as possible this year.
Fire!
You know, functioning in the future battlefields or the current battlefields that we're witnessing right now.
This is the mortar competition. We're talking about steel rain, and what they're trying to do is accurately hit those targets over there, those armored vehicles. You can see them off in the distance.
We're showing the world how strong we are, right? These competitions ought to serve as a deterrent. I mean, they ought to see the American soldier and be scared.
Yeah,
What's up,
because
Corey?
these guys are tough. This is the 5th team now completing their 6-mile run. Here's the thing, Anna, the competition is well underway. They only take the top 40 teams, move on. 3 days, grueling. I asked all the soldiers I spoke with, I said, hey, what's one word to describe Infantry Week?
Fucking
one that
awesome.
I kept hearing, grit, toughness. And it's only just beginning. Here's another team gets ready to run by us.
There you go, grit and determination. Yeah, you gotta learn it to be able to do it on the battlefield. I mean, these guys are.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not a very common thing that a lot of today's soldiers have. They have no idea what it's like to, actually have to do battlefield work aside from sitting inside installation that's walled off from the outside with, Ugandans hanging outside doing the security. You have all the infantrymen, patrolling the base, and the MSRs, ASRs around the base, camp, JSS, depending on where you were. That's a little bit stressful. Those competitions, those are fun. Now, from a Best Ranger competition or Infantry Week, we're going to switch roles to, well, why did I not mute that?
How they sent me.
Evens were on the East Coast.
Yeah, but they sent me to Coronado for a reason, for some disciplinary stuff.
Huh. So where'd you go? What did you do? Where'd you go?
I've been all around the world once.
Too.
Where'd you go, though?
Yeah.
Beirut.
Beirut.
Yeah, Beirut.
Beirut.
What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donovan.
Ish kebab.
So you retire then?
Yeah, ish kebab.
Yeah, sounds like that.
88.
You got your retirement card?
No.
They give those when you
I
retire.
don't keep that stuff.
He says he doesn't keep that stuff. When you're retired, right? I don't believe him. Because guess what I carry everywhere I go when I leave the house? You see that? It's a retiree ID card. So get the fuck out of here. You carry it if you had one. If you're retired.
I renounced that a long time ago.
You renounced it?
I heard about this once.
A long time ago.
Uh-oh. Huh.
They just do that stuff. I don't know, for some egotistical trip, but I didn't want to be in there in the first place.
Yeah, so you're a Navy SEAL. And then you're a 3-star Admiral where?
I'm an Aquarian Nation. It's a different program.
Where's that at?
I tried to get the Aquarian Nation Army, but apparently, if you've ever been in the real military, you're not allowed in the Aquarium Nation Army. Yeah, it's a new thing, guys. You should really go talk to the recruiter. Yeah.
Aquarium Nation.
You're moving
We
where?
hire goldfish for missions.
Cool. So you were in Coronado?
Coronado, yeah.
What'd you do there?
Practice, exercise.
What's that?
Where'd you go to
Damn.
your SEAL school? Bud's at?
Right there.
Where?
Right there in Coronado.
Oh, in Coronado?
Straight up.
Oh, what was your class number?
Those people with the glasses sounds like something I would doing.
Hey, man.
30 years,
man.
dog.
I went to rescue swimmer school and I was 1004.
And they tell
To the
you,
door.
and they tell you,
I was
Yeah.
Division 350 in boot camp.
Aquarian Nation. Go back to that.
Never go back to it?
Never go back to it. This is a different organization now, and I'm not even supposed to.
Understandable.
Talking about it?
Understandable.
But you look like you're a square.
It's almost
type
top
blue
secret.
guy, so.
No, man, I'm in the Navy and
Navy what? What you do with
Navy
you
what?
What ship was you on?
well, no, I'm a rescue swimmer in the Navy, but
Oh, you did that
yeah,
steel stuff.
but that's why I know that if you don't know your number, you're probably not a Navy SEAL.
Well-
and if you're not a Navy SEAL, it's
Somebody get
called
Don
Stolen
Shipley.
Valor. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know what's
Have you heard of the Stolen Valor Act?
Yeah.
You know you can get arrested for that, right?
Sure.
You know that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, just letting you know, man. So it's not cool that you're walking around doing that.
Walking around doing what?
Calling, you say that you're a Navy SEAL.
I did everything I needed to do to be there.
Did you?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
All you went to was Coronado?
Yeah.
Are you Halo
Beirut.
certified there,
What
buddy?
year did you go to Beirut?
Are you the police?
Let me think about it.
I'm the military police
Okay,
on
good.
people like you.
Oh, rest I then. I guarantee
Yeah, I'm-
before
That's fine.
we get out of here, you'll be court-martial stuff for some stuff you shouldn't be doing.
Court
That's
martial.
fine, man.
Oh, yeah. Or
You're
Marshall.
going to be court martial. Handcuff
I'm
the
just-
man.
I'll be a gentleman about it, but
Okay, be a
I'm
gentleman
just,
about
I
it.
am. I'm just letting you know you don't know your class number.
I know my class
When-
number and
what is it?
everything else.
What is it?
I'm not your police. I'm not the police.
What is your class number for going through buds?
And he's
Where's your trident?
videotaping me and all that stuff.
That's because you're wrong.
Okay, I'm wrong. Thank you,
You
for
know that?
correcting that. Yes, I am.
There we go.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That's
all
Thank
I
you for.
Although the Aquarium Nation Army,
You're not gonna-
bro, I'm telling you. Let me see if I can find the recruiters, guys, in your area, and maybe I'll give you the number. The only thing is, you have to be full of shit to be in the Aquarium Nation Army, and I think that guy, No wonder he's a 3-star general in the Aquarium Nation Army. Now, I had no idea. Like I said, Pee Long Island was friends with Crowder. Maybe that's how they caught up with Alex. But hey, this is a story they ran yesterday as I was trying to sleep.
Sorry.
So what's going to happen now?
I don't know.
Speaking of disgusting, pedophiles. Now, for those of you out there, and I almost don't feel like I should offer a PSA to pedophiles. Like I should give them no tips because they're pedophiles. But if you are a pedophile and you think that you're messaging children on the internet, probably not. Now, there are a lot of people who are out there ready to catch you, including some people exclusive here to Mug Club Now Rumble Premium. This story right now, this is the first time you'll see this. It's one of the. It's so funny to the point that I think we'll probably leave our microphones on because
I think so.
I also think it's the first time Nick is seeing this. There was a 52-year-old man named Joe Chilufo, and he is a driver for.
I was kind of wondering how he already had 6,000 subs and was already monetized. Now I know why.
Company in Massachusetts. Okay. He is the person you are about to see here who thought that he was talking with, I believe, a 13-year-old. And, it's always kind of uncomfortable, but Douglas King Jr., the man who does some work with us, is the funniest pedophile catcher of all time. That brings us to this latest installment.
Oh, you should remember this.
Joe? Hello? I saw you were in your room. I know you're here. Joe, let's just be people. Let's cut this hiding nonsense and come out here. Joe, come down. I want to talk to you.
What? What's up?
Hi, Joe.
Every time I hear this guy, I think Norm
Douglas King
Macdonald.
Jr. I think you know.
I don't know what you're talking
Okay, I'm gonna get these addressed, Joe. I'm gonna start reading it. Fuck it. Okay, will you come out a little closer so we can speak so I don't have to yell at the top of my lungs?
She told me she was 18.
She never said that. Yeah. Yes, it is you because, dude, we have your penis pictures. I'm trying to, but you're running away and shit. No. Anyway, you initiate the conversation. She clearly says I'm 13, not 18.
Well, I misread it then. I didn't.
Rockstar, brother, how are you, man?
I'm not holding it against your will. You accepted that she was 13 and did not think she was 18. Okay, cool. Are you a Christian man?
Yep.
You send all those penis pictures there, right? And videos. Yes.
Why you have to video call me?
Because this is for our record keeping and for safety purposes. So that way, yeah, so that way.
You're being awesome.
Yes, of course.
All right, got you.
No, Jesus. What were the pictures that you sent to her?
What do you have in there?
The penis pictures and stuff? Okay, well, do you want to just grab a jacket?
Yeah, I'll be right. Yeah.
How are you so unlucky that the first time you do it, that I get a call and I'm here?
I can't tell you. That's the first one. I'll go and grab a Bible?
You don't have to grab a Bible. Did you also ask her for any pictures?
No.
Naked pictures?
No.
You sure about that?
I probably did. I don't remember.
You did. Like driving like a snowplow or something.
I wasn't a snowball truck.
You ever see the movie Snow Day?
What? No.
It's a great movie about it's like if you want to feel young. Maybe if you watch that, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Bald pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Treat this like confession. You know what I'm saying?
I don't go seeking them.
Nice.
She knows another one.
Yeah.
Wow. She wanted me gone there. Where am I?
Yeah, happy to see you here, not there.
Okay, no, why didn't I go? I knew it was a setup.
Professional memory?
They always knew it was a setup.
Yeah, we did talk a lot. You knew that, right?
Of course I did. You see the problem with it still, right? You think that's good for her?
No.
Like, you're a man of God.
When do people get arrested next? Do stuff?
This is an arrestable offense.
Right.
You know what all these yellow tags are?
What?
It's all the times you sent your
Right.
thing. And the pinks is when you ask her to send stuff.
Right. This is just fantasy.
This is no longer fantasy. This is reality.
Of course.
You clearly have some kind of attraction to minors.
Right. Who do I talk to? Like a counselor?
You're talking to me. Oh my gosh, your birthday?
Oh, a couple days ago.
Oh, happy belated.
What's up, Jennifer?
Dude, you're going through some shit.
Monkey app.
Monkey app?
There's a thing called Monkey.
Sounds racist.
Yeah, it's called Monkey. Once in a while you see kids being sexually exploited.
Oh man, do you know any places around here to get like a good bagel or something? Anyway, back to the Monkey app.
Knocking off.
Yeah, it's kind of like Omegle or chat roulette or something.
Yep.
The images of the kids, like in nude and sexual things, is it pictures, videos, or both?
It's both.
So what's typically happening, like with like the kids and stuff?
They've been having sex.
How old are the kids in the videos?
They're young, 6, 7, 8, 9. When I was 31, I had sex with a young girl. But
How old was she?
She was 13. It was a mother's permission. This was a long
Oh.
time ago.
You were 31, she was 13?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Where was this?
This was up in Vermont.
So you're saying she's 13?
She was 18.
She was 13.
18.
But you told me 13 just
No.
now. And you were telling me she was that. And she was 13, you were 31. Okay, fine. How many times did you have sex with her?
It was once. I never told someone that, so I kind
No,
of
no. Hey, that's really...
That's you.
I appreciate your honesty very much so.
I'm trying to get laid. I'm not going to lie to you.
What about your friend here? What? Too old? She's not 13.
I've never... To get a video of a child, I've never done it.
So you like
But you were
for
looking.
child porn? Yeah.
This ends tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna like
I have your word.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Came out.
Yeah, no. I'm glad you came out too.
When's the
Hat.
cops coming?
Is the cop coming? I don't know. Maybe someone called when I was yelling before.
around.
When he comes, I'll vouch. Of course, man. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, how's it going? Joe, you're not gonna talk sexually to minors anymore on the internet? You're done doing that? You're not gonna send penis pictures to minors anymore on the internet? And you're not gonna ask minors for nudes anymore?
No.
Not gonna do that? You're not gonna watch child porn anymore? And you're not gonna have sex with minors anymore?
Never did.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, man, I'm sorry.
So what's going to happen now?
I don't know.
It's craziness. I like it. I like it. Now, with that being said, I'm glad there's more and more people out there putting these motherfuckers in handcuffs. And then there's, people that don't. Anyway, now that we're done with those, we're going to take a quick break before we get into 3 videos of, well, DUIs that involved accidents. Oh, and children. And the children weren't driving, I promise. Hopefully they weren't drinking. But anyway, before we get to that, we're going to take a quick music break. I hope y'all enjoy this, and if you call me a Nazi, fuck you. And I'm back. Hope you all enjoyed that Nazi music. Kidding, it's not Nazi music. But you hate me to say. Well, this one, oh my god, this one really, really fucking infuriates me. Because she's going to talk about how not only did her dad die from drunk driving, but she's still out here doing this bullshit. And she thinks she's going to get away with it. But listen to this lady talk. There's so many hey, Carmen. There's so many times that she contradicts what she says. And, well, let's get to the story. Well, body cam.
Mother's selfish decision to drive drunk with her child leads to a dangerous crash.
Sir, can I talk to you? You got your ID on you? Sir.
Okay, so I'm second house. He's the first house, I'm the second house.
Okay.
I'm watching TV. I hear this loud thump, so I come out and I notice lights on. Came back just to make sure everybody was all right, whatever. I see the car up on the fence.
Okay.
So I see one female passenger and I see a little baby in the back seat. So she seems to be all right.
Okay.
I ask her to get out of the car. She get out of the car, gets the baby. She starts asking for the phone. So I reach in and grab the phone for her from passenger seat.
Okay.
When she comes out, she's kind of like, freaking out. Like, what's going on? So, hey, I have food in the car. Okay, so I'm like, listen, I'm just here for your safety. I'm not concerned about none of that. That's on you. I mean, I don't know you, so my question is, the baby's fine, you fine. You know what I'm saying? So she's freaking out about this the whole week, whatever she had in the car. So by that time, fire rescue showed up. Then the first responding officer showed up, and that's pretty much it. I didn't see it. I heard it.
You saw her in the driver's seat immediately afterwards?
Correct. Oh, she was still in the driver's seat when I got her.
Okay. And you said there was a baby and a passenger?
Baby in the rear driver's side.
Okay. Was there another passenger or just a baby?
I only saw the baby.
Okay. Yeah, how old they were, if you had to guess?
Okay, so the female looks to be, I would say in the mid-20s. The baby's probably 2-3 years old.
Okay. Is the female the one over here walking around in the all blue?
I can't remember if this is the one. Maybe it's not this one. There's one that we're going to go over where the girl was trying to make sure that the police don't call her mom. She wants anybody else to come pick up her daughter except for her mom.
Correct, that's what happens. Okay.
Did the baby go to the hospital, or is the baby still here?
As far as I know, the baby's with her. I don't know where she carried the baby out of the car, so I don't know. Okay. Right now, what's going on.
She was already out with the baby in her right arm.
Okay.
Fire rescue already pulled up. It was just Vieira and fire rescue at the time.
Okay.
That guy right there was parked right here.
Okay.
Apparently, he said that he was on his way home.
Okay.
And saw the accident. Made a U-turn, came back.
Okay.
He says that he's known her since high school.
Okay.
That's it. They're just friends. It's a little weird that he was in the same area, but whatever. Once fire rescue got there, and then the first responding officer showed up, and then FCO and you guys.
Okay. Raise your hand. Swear for everything you told me is true and probably all?
Yes.
Fantastic. You okay? Are you injured at all? How about your baby? Is she injured? So before we go any further, again, not that you're in trouble right now, but just to kind of change that hat a little bit, I do have to read you some rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions, you understand? Do me a favor, just for the camera, can you answer yes or no?
Yes.
Any statement you make must be freely and voluntarily given, you understand?
Okay.
And any statement can and will be used against you in the court of law, you understand? Say your name. Brianna. So, it looks like it was quite the exciting ride. Can you kind of tell me what happened?
Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you because I was dressed earlier.
Well, I'm not going to lie to you, but...
Okay.
Earlier. I'm not going to lie to you. What time is it? It is 11:13. I had drinks about 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
I went and picked up my son about
8 o'clock?
an hour later after I had some drinks. I didn't have a lot to drink. I'm not going to lie to you. My father died of drunk driving. Okay. So I don't like to drink and drive. I've drunk and driven a couple.
Let's rewind that. See at the bottom of the screen says, so, I don't like to drink and drive.
I've drunk.
Oh, you have drunken and driven a couple times. But.
And driven a couple times, but I honestly don't know tonight what happened. Am I drunk? No, because I can tell you I'm alcoholic. I'm not going to say I'm alcoholic, but
you just did.
The amount of drinks that I had tonight is equivalent to what I can drink on a regular day basis. I'm not going to lie to you because I'm not going to lie to you. I can drink. But my son was in a car seat. He was strapped in. His car seat was in the back seat. I don't know.
Were you injured at all in the crash?
No.
Did you hit your head or anything? Did you take any other medications today?
No, sir.
Did you use any illegal drugs today? Did you smoke or ingest any marijuana?
Smoke earlier this morning. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Oh, wait. No, I haven't.
A joint right before I went to work.
So you said you had about 3 drinks tonight?
No, I had a couple shots of 10 to port.
Let me ask you this.
All right. So I drink bourbon. What is Taylor Port? Is it like a white girl wasted wine?
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1, if you have a little tipsy and 10 being blackout drunk, what do you think you're at right now?
I'm a 2.
2?
My dad has died from a drunk driver. I would never drop out my son. I don't know, honestly. Again, I don't know how I ended up in a position because, again, I'm not going to lie to y'all because but how I ended up right here, right now.
Let me ask you this, and only because it came up. Is it really hard?
Yes. Do you want
like a large amount? Or no?
Oh, okay. Appreciate you, Jennifer.
I bought an 8th earlier, and I smoked 2 joints out of it. So probably less than 8. You can have it if you want.
That's likely good.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Let me ask you this, and only because it came up. Is it really hard?
Yes. Do you want
like a large amount? Or no?
It's not a lot. I bought an 8th earlier, and I smoked 2 joints out of it. So probably less than 8. You can have it.
So you remember when she said she smoked earlier that morning, but she just admitted to smoking 2 joints. How much is left? Yeah, I'll gladly take it off your hands. I do believe it's illegal in the state of Florida.
That's likely going to happen, but we're not.
Yeah, you can take it.
We're just talking.
Yeah, you can take it. I won't lie to you. Because, again, I don't want my mom involved. And it's because I don't want my son hurt.
Then again, an 8th is not really that much.
I did.
Wait a minute. She bought an 8th, rolled 2 joints, and had left over? The way I pack my joints, an 8th is like 1.5. Or maybe 1 king size.
About hurting your child or anything like that. Based on everything I've seen, everything I've felt, everything I've heard. Okay. So what I would like to do is conduct voluntary field sobriety task for the purposes of determining health. Well, the tasks are a tool to help you determine whether or not you're going to care for the But, hear me out. If you choose not to do that as I'm asking you to, then I have to make my decision on whether I'm going to make an arrest or not on all the evidence I've seen thus far, okay? If you choose not to complete the tasks that I'm requesting them of you, okay, then I have to base my decision on what I told you, and it can't be used against you in criminal court if this goes to court. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Are you willing to complete the task?
I can take it, but sir, please, I can't go to jail.
I don't think that's how that works.
Right now, I have to make a decision. So if you want to do the task, I can use that as a tool to help me make my decision.
Okay, but if I fail, like I go to jail, right?
They're not pass fail. They're deterministic. There is no pass.
But I was honest with you, so can you give me lenient with that? I was honest with you for everything.
And I appreciate that, but I can't give you leniency if you don't take the test.
I can take the test, but I'm scared. So my leg is shaking right now. I'm nervous, so I'm gonna let you know.
Hey, can you do me a favor? I need one of you just to hang out close to me, and one of you to do a search on the car to control it. Alright. So go ahead and stand right here in case I was.
Wait, which car has the weed in it?
Now, I know the road's a little bit cold. Can't do anything about that on the side of the road. Okay.
I can pee on the side of the road though. It's illegal.
We both know it's not allowed.
It's not allowed.
Listen, I'm gonna try to get through this as fast as I can, okay? And you see my line right here? Put your right foot in front, heel to toe, without walking anywhere. Okay?
That's hard though.
I'm doing it, and I got all this equipment on. If you have no questions, go ahead and begin.
I do too, Yeti. Occasionally, I'll do a King Kong.
4, 5, 6, 9. Turn around, correct?
I'm instructed.
Okay. 4, 5, 6.
Well, she's doing fine.
So let me ask you a question. How did I tell you to take the steps?
You said heel to toe.
Okay. So is there a reason you didn't walk heel to toe?
I didn't walk heel to toe back the first time, the second time.
Okay.
Want to do it again?
No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Come sit right here for me. And I want you to face the front of my car, please. Feet together, hands down by your side, okay?
Okay,
You're
I'm
gonna
not
pick
gonna
up
lie.
whichever foot you're more.
I actually tried this yesterday with both feet or both legs, one over the other. Motherfucker, I couldn't do it. My knees were starting to hurt. My ankles were like, you stupid fuck. This is why you're broken.
Comfortable with your left or your right. You're gonna pick it up approximately 6 inches off the ground. It's about the size of a Coke can or a dollar bill. You're then gonna count out loud in the following manner.
I just paid 90 for 14 2 days ago.
Until I tell you to stop.
Wait. Can I just call somebody to get my son in case?
We're not there yet. I will make sure that someone comes and picks up your child. But we haven't gotten to that point yet. Okay? Fair?
Fair.
Put your hands down by your side, please. Okay, so if you have no questions, whenever you're ready, go ahead and begin. Look at your toe.
Right now, your leg.
Alright, you can stop. Go ahead and stand right about here where those shadows. And again, we're going to turn to face the car for me. I want you to remain in this position throughout the instructions and demonstration. Do not start the task until I give you the indicator begin. Do you understand? Do you understand? Take your head back.
I like how she's crying and then she keeps looking at the guy. Like see if he's paying attention.
Right. So you're going to be under arrest tonight. Driving under the influence with a minor in the car.
No. Can I call? You come back to call.
I'm going to keep my word and I'm going to let you call. But for the moment, you're under arrest.
Sir, I passed my... Did I not see my alphabets right now?
Right now, I'm going to let you make that phone call. But if you start causing problems and not comply, okay, we're just going to call DCF.
I'm crying.
You want that, right? Okay. So do me a favor and just relax. Okay, we will put it on speakerphone and allow you to call your mom to come pick up your child. Okay?
Better learn a lesson this way.
Listen, I promised you we would let you call your mom. No! Just give us a couple minutes, okay?
You're gonna kill me! Just call my mom. I'm just gonna tell the truth. Actually, no.
Okay, listen. You gotta pick someone.
Because I don't want my mom to
You gotta pick someone or I'm calling DCF.
No.
We're not, like, I'm trying to be nice, but I don't want to
You can call my mom. I've been honest with you, though, sir.
Yeah, and I appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out someone that will answer. Can you go to my call out? Can you call Mama Smooth? See if she'll answer. Right there.
That's your mom?
No, that's my best friend's mom. I don't want to call my mom.
It's got to be family.
It's gotta be
Look to your left for me.
This Trisha? So I'm calling you because Brianna's under arrest right now for driving under the influence in a crash. And we need someone to come pick up the baby. She was involved in a crash and she's driving under the influence, so she's going to be under arrest. And I need someone to come pick up the baby. Okay. Well, we'll have someone here. We're waiting for you, okay? All right, thank you. All right. Your mom's coming to get the baby, okay?
Can you bring him to me, please?
Give me just a minute, okay?
No. Stop, Brianna. Why would you f up, Brianna? You know better, bro.
Obviously you didn't.
You know better, bro. You should have never been here, bro. You know better, bro. My mom is gonna hate me. My mom is gonna hate me. My mom is gonna hate me.
No. When I was watching this yesterday, it's like, your mom's gonna hate you. I'd rather she get a call from the cops saying you're going to jail, come pick up your granddaughter, than getting a call from the cops saying, hey, can you come down to the morgue? We need you to identify this person. Which one would you prefer, lady?
I love you, baby. I love you. I love you so much. Mommy's so sorry, okay? Oh, I'm so sorry, Money. No, Kaya, please. Kaya, please.
Alright, so yeah, if you want to hold on to her, just come out and come back, please.
Okay. Can you tell me what I failed?
already said it multiple times. It's not top shelf.
But I told you what I told you. I drunk like 2 hours ago. I was honest with everything, though.
And I appreciate that.
So I'm in the back of your car.
Now keep in mind, guys. She drank around 8 o'clock. When they started talking to her, it was like 11:30.
All my life,
Almost
all my
midnight.
daddy, I was speeding. When I keep telling you I don't know what happened, I don't know why I ended up in that tree. I was not speeding because my son was in the car. I do not speed with my son in the car. He will tell you that himself. My son is vocal. He can tell you that I don't speed with him in the car.
He sits in the back seat.
Oh my God. No way.
This is almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
All right, Brianna, you rule point 182, point 161, you rule point 177. All three of those are over the limit set by the state of Florida for driving under the influence of alcohol. You are double the limit, sweetheart.
Oh my God. Can I tell you what I had to drink? Taylor Port.
Well, she looks excited.
That is literally it. That
She
is
seems
all
happy
I had
about
to
that.
drink. It's Taylor Port. So what does that mean?
It means you're going spend the night in jail.
2.5 times.
Yeah, 2.5 times is the limit that's set
On your highest. Your highest sample is 2.5. Your highest sample is 2.5. Your lowest sample is 2 times the legal limit.
That's
and you were
insane.
driving with your camera. And you told me on a scale of 1 to 10, you thought you were 2 impaired.
Compared to normal, trust me, sir.
Well,
I can show you videos of me drunk.
And just
yeah, that's not going to help you.
If this is a 2, how drunk were you those other times?
Drunk bad.
She was charged with child neglect and DUI.
Aw. Oops. Fuck. Aw, she didn't get away with it. Poor baby. I feel so bad for her. The baby, not the mom. Jesus Christ. What the heck exactly happens in Florida? It seems like DUIs are like a dime a dozen down there. Jesus Christ. All right, this is from July 27th, 2023, but it was released, body cam, from 2 days ago that I just happened to find. I don't know how I find these motherfuckers because I'm not subscribed to these bitches. But let's talk to a mother who decided she wanted to go partying while leaving her children at home for 15 hours. Pretty sure I was left at home a lot longer than that. However, I was a little smarter. A lot smarter.
July 27th, 2023. Officers were dispatched in response to a report of child neglect. It was reported that 2 children, ages 9 and 2, had been left alone overnight and into the following day. Upon arrival, officers were met at the door by the 9-year-old who was visibly distressed, crying, shaking, and speaking on the phone with her grandmother. Officers immediately observed that the apartment was in a severe state of disarray, making it difficult to navigate through the space. Throughout the residence, there were visible signs of drug and cigarette use. Additionally, officers found training toilets in both an upstairs bedroom and the living room, both containing human waste. The 2-year-old child was found to have urinated through her clothing and appeared visibly dirty and unkempt. Given the circumstances, officers took custody of both children until their grandmother arrived to take responsibility for them. Several hours later, officers were finally able to make contact with the children's mother.
The mother looks like a real winner, guys. A real winner.
Alexa? Okay, could you come with us, please? Are you dad? Yeah, we're getting. Okay. Okay. It's gonna be a few minutes, if you don't mind hanging out. Yeah, I can hang out. Just here to support her and bring her down. Okay. All right. Appreciate it. So. All right. I'm back. Okay. Just so you're aware, our cameras are on. So. Yeah. Go ahead. Direct you upstairs here. Some chairs over my desk. We're not all squeezed in.
What do you guys think? Is this going to be a productive interview? Is she going to sound like a caring mother? Was it just an honest mistake? What do you guys think? Well,
Okay, because of the circumstances, you're at the PD, you're in the interview room, I have to advise you of your rights. It's a bit of a formality, but it's something I have to do. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
I do.
Having these rights of mine, do you wish to talk to us now? Okay, so...
I am getting a lawyer, but yeah.
Sure. Okay, so...
do you want to have them here, or you said, you kind of already know what's going on, right?
I do.
So I kind of explained it to you on the phone.
Right.
Right.
What is your guys' what's the definition of extended?
What do you mean extended?
Like extended period of time? I understand what I did. Okay. Not right, but
So-
what is an extended, like,
So the statute varies.
what is it?
There's factors that go into it. There's the totality of, what's called the totality of the circumstances. I mean, for one, the mental state of the child itself, the
I was
age.
just speaking with her, like literally minutes, like the entire time. I was gone for 3 hours. That's what is yours?
What's up, Ben V. Rap? Holy shit, long time no see.
So you're saying you were gone for 3 hours?
I left at 1 the night she was asleep, yes.
Sorry, when you left
She was
when?
like around 1, I'm assuming?
And what time? Like in the afternoon, 1 in
Yes,
the morning?
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll be honest with you, that's not what we.
No, I
Okay.
I did leave the night before I came back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
No remorse.
No, they were not.
No big deal.
So you're saying you left at 1, but you came back?
Yeah, absolutely. I talked to my neighbor. She lives right next door to me, and told her, I was like, hey, keep an eye on them. She was in the shower when you guys were there, and I was like, how did you miss that? And yeah,
And then,
that's why I was asking.
How
What
did
is
you miss that?
my neighbor?
Okay.
My next door neighbor. We were best friends in high school. She happens to be my neighbor, and
Okay.
I told her like, hey, I'm keeping an eye on them. I'll be right. I planned on being right back, but and that's my after you my ride, and what also took so long.
Put her in jail.
I spoke with you about. Yeah, that's why I didn't know your guys' definition of extended. Regardless, she's 9 years old. An hour is too long, but that was like max what it was supposed to be.
Pretty sure as a 9-year-old, they're not supposed to be left alone.
Regardless, like you said.
Like I said, regardless.
I mean, it is what
No,
it is.
and I
So-
and I fully yes, but
So, in generally speaking, a 9-year-old cannot take care of a 2-year-old
No,
and
yeah.
be left unattended, right?
sure.
So that's where the charge comes in.
Legally, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
legally,
yeah,
yep.
legally.
And given the conditions that the house was in,
Mhm.
right? The fact that the 2-year-old was soiled, she had urinated through her diaper, through her clothes, and been an extended period of time, clearly since the diaper had been changed, right?
Oh.
Reasonably so, right?
Yeah.
And-
And her dad bought her size 3 diapers because he's a dumbass. She wears size 5 diapers.
Okay.
So that also doesn't help. But
Sure,
no,
but
absolutely,
you understand
absolutely.
where we're
No,
coming from,
absolutely,
okay?
100%. 100%.
Cannabis is illegal, but there's a cannabis pipe that's on
Mm.
the couch. There's burnt cigarettes that are also on the couch. There's,
Yeah, sure, that's
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's a lot of things that went
No, of
into
course.
the investigation, and unfortunately, we have to take action as law enforcement officers.
Right.
We
Yeah,
have
mandated
to,
report. No, I understand. Absolutely.
and we as officers have that right to then take children into protected custody and notify DCFS if there's no way for them to be cared for at that time, right?
Mhm.
So, and that's exactly what we did. So we've been on the phone, we were on the phone, and, correct? And they helped take care of the girls occasionally. So have you been contacted by DCFS at all yet? Or have you been in contact with, or?
I've tried to call her multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. DCFS is obviously gonna have an investigation.
Well, of course, yeah.
So here's, and I'll lay this out to you, okay? So speaking, when we first got there, if you were home, okay, well, I mean,
No, I know,
we
I know.
saw like the messages and
Right,
stuff,
yeah,
everything
yes.
there, but we also saw the Snapchat at midnight.
That
Whoa.
was. and
Whoa,
then
whoa,
I
whoa.
came
Where was that,
home.
Carmen?
Literally, like,
What time did you come home in the morning?
I was picking my cousin up. She works at Central Avenue Tech in
Okay.
Denver. She got off around like 1, and she goes back down early. dropped her off and went home, and they were asleep.
Okay.
Yeah. They were up for a while, so they obviously slept in, but yeah.
Okay.
No, you can talk to my neighbor. I mean,
God, I can't spell.
she's gonna testify.
So after you dropped her off at 1, about what time would you say you got back?
Last night?
What would have been this morning?
No, I mean, technically, I guess, but like, I dropped my cousin off at lunch.
The one in Queens, New York?
With me, and went home with her. Directly home. But no, I talked to her right for like around like 1.
Or Michigan.
Yeah, and hey, I'll be right back because that was the plan. And here we are.
So once you got back, what'd you do after that? Once you got after dropping her off,
I went home, went to sleep.
and then did you leave again
At 1 in the afternoon the next day, yes.
on the afternoon?
The next day, yes.
That's from August.
Yeah.
Okay, so you left at 1.
So does
but,
me is gone all night?
Yeah. This is
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So who
Absolutely
who
not,
can
no.
confirm what you're telling us? Okay.
Absolutely.
Because you understand where.
That
we're
makes a
working.
complete difference. Her
Right.
thinking, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And no,
Because that's how it appears, given the circumstances of.
that's not. No, not at all. No.
She really
No,
thinks
I
she's
don't-
going to
I
get
never
away
heard
with
that.
this.
And her
You know.
assuming that, yeah, no, yeah. But
Dude, why the fuck do you have your
She's
phone on?
she's
Or,
awake when
never
you
mind, I
left.
guess that's just me.
She's asleep when you got home.
Yeah.
She's still asleep when you left
They're
again.
not.
Anytime I go into like any type of one-on-one or meeting like that, now, granted, I don't really have to do that as much. Or like when I record, I put my phone on vibrate and I don't pick it up while I'm trying to have a fucking conversation with them because it's just disrespectful.
When she wakes up.
I mean,
she has
I
no
woke
idea.
her up. No, I woke her up, but she's
Oh.
asleep. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
But she said they had not eaten anything.
I'm going to add that to Monday, Carmen.
She wanted me to bring her Taco Bell, and that's really what
Sure,
she was
I saw the Taco Bell.
Yeah, she wanted Taco Bell. That's why.
Appreciate it. What's the
She
date
had
on
plenty of
Monday?
messages. That's not a problem. No. So.
Well, the problem is she's 9 years old.
No,
You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying?
absolutely. That makes a huge difference. I mean, wrong is wrong regardless, but I'm not that damn wrong. No.
So, we've never met you, so.
No, I
we don't
know.
Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
when we get there and she's distraught, so yes, like think about what we're walking into,
Oh
walking
yeah,
into.
yes,
you know?
yes. And she's a 9-year-old girl out there. Literally.
A 9-year-old girl left at home alone?
Like you've seen that. I don't know.
Right, but I mean, like you acknowledged. Doesn't
Wrong
matter.
is wrong. No, absolutely.
Doesn't matter
Absolutely.
if it's 15
Absolutely.
9-year-old girl and a 2-year-old.
Right.
15 hours, as it appeared.
No.
Right?
No. But 15 minutes.
Right.
Right.
Is this, I mean, has
Hey,
this happened?
15 hours. You guys think she's a stripper or a hooker?
Before.
No.
Is that,
Yeah. We'll sit with
Watching
each other's
kids?
kids. I'll sit with her kids. Absolutely. Absolutely.
she's in an apartment.
Yeah. Literally right my next door neighbor. We were best friends in high school.
Does she have kids?
She has 2 girls.
About the same age or
They're a little bit older than mine, but yeah.
a little bit younger?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that would have come and gone from that, or did you have anybody else with you, or?
I dropped my cousin off, and
Yeah.
no.
But nobody else came back to the apartment
No.
or anything like that? Okay. Was that a last minute thing to go pick her up, or was that?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
She didn't have a car, got struck at work, and yeah, that was definitely last minute. And next time you're gonna find Uber. I don't know.
Was Allie aware that you were gonna be leaving that night to take care of the kids?
Yeah.
Okay. You talked to her about it specifically?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next
Like through text or through phone conversation or just
No,
not?
I just not talking to her. Yeah.
Okay. And she was up at 1 a.m.?
Yeah. Well, I heard her kid crying, and so I knew she was up. So just
Dude, her body language is fucking
And I
terrible.
think that's in high school. She messaged me on Facebook. Was like, "Hey, I think you're your neighbor." So like, it's nice, you know.
Does he watch your kids pretty often?
I wouldn't say often, but like if we're gonna run somewhere
You
or
just say,
whatever,
just
yeah, I
say,
mean she's right next
okay.
door, you know. It's convenient and it helps. So
How old?
she knows her, yeah. She plays with her daughter. And like I said, they're a little bit. You know, she's used to being around. Her friends are either way younger or way older. So our youngest daughters are about the same age, and
Do you have any other open DCFS cases?
No.
Okay.
No.
You saw a DCFS letter that was right there in the doorway.
that was
I didn't
old.
read it.
No, that was old, and it was an unfounded case.
Okay.
So
Do you remember the circumstances of that?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it was unfounded. Yeah.
All right, so just going back through, You go to pick her up.
Yo, this cop's had enough of her shit.
Yep, the second one.
At 1 o'clock from the bar in Bettendorf, Central Staff.
Right over the bridge. Yep. Yeah. She got clothes right down there. There was
And where does she live? Where do you drop her off?
Like probably 5, 10 or so. She lives East Moline.
East Moline? Okay.
Yeah.
So you dropped her off and then went. How long do you think that whole thing took? From going to pick her up at 1-ish. The bar's closed at 1?
No, bar's closed at 3.
Like 30 minutes. I ran the trash out with her, and we immediately left and dropped her off. Didn't even get out of the car. I didn't think I put it in park and went home.
So you'd say you were at home like maybe like 1:30.
1:45ish, yeah. 30.
They have decent cameras at the.
At the bar? Yeah.
No, I mean at the apartment complex, Highland Manor.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So they'll be able to see coming and going, times, confirm what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay. What was wrong with the car?
I'm still trying to figure that out. Her boyfriend is dealing with that.
Oh, it's someone else's fault. Okay.
So just go when you got back, you just went to bed pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
And the girls were asleep at that time? What time do you think you woke up today?
Not really, honestly. From
Where were the girls sleeping in the house? Were they in the living room or upstairs? Okay, on the couch. Both of them?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
They're snuggle buddies.
And what time did you said you left at 1 o'clock today?
Around that time, yeah.
Dude, this low mumbling shit she's doing.
I was supposed to let her take my car, and she was supposed to drop me back off at home. I was letting her borrow my car.
Who was her? Okay.
Yeah.
So she was gonna borrow your car today.
Yeah, take it and drop me back off at home.
But.
Okay. And then what happened?
It stalled out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is that at?
It was like shortly leaving her apartment.
Okay. In East Moline.
Yeah, it was not far.
Where were you at when
Here we go again.
When we started talking?
I walked to her apartment.
You were at her apartment in East Moline?
Yeah. Okay. I would have just walked home if I knew, like, but I mean, that would have been a hell of a walk, but still.
Who was the ride that you said you were going to get? You said that you had a ride, but then.
My friend, but he had to go to work, and so thankfully my dad is in town.
I thought you had your own car.
He's from here, but we just took a job out in Colorado, and he's in town for my birthday.
Okay. The number that we're communicating on, that's the best number to contact you?
That's my cell phone, yeah.
Okay. So you're going to be getting a call from DCFS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Because as of right now, there's a safety plan in place. Okay. So there's a plan set up by DCFS while they conduct their investigation to make sure that the girls have adequate safety and supervision. Okay.
I haven't signed no safety plan.
No, I understand.
No, I haven't signed one, so there's not a safety plan set in place.
DCFS has done a safety plan. I can get you a contact number for the caseworker.
No, yeah. I'm just, what does that entail?
They will conduct their investigation and determine whether or not, basically, that you're fit to take care of them at that point, right? So until that point, until they make their final decision and it goes to court, then they. Court? Well, not necessarily the criminal case, but the family court matter. So they decide and they get an order.
Yo, I have this feeling that she uses her kids as paychecks. She probably has 2 different baby daddies, and they both give her child support. And on top of that, she's probably living off government assistance. And now I feel like if they take her kids, she's going to take it as a blessing. Be like, yeah, I'm going to go out there and hoard up some more. Maybe I have 12 more kids with 15 different baby daddies.
For the children to go into different custody, that's kind of where things are at as of now. So that has nothing to do with us. That's DCFS, right? And we are, like I said, like you said,
and I guess they can do safety recommendations and they can recommend all that, but there's not a safety plan.
Well, Dylan is also involved. Dylan's here.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dylan showed up.
And made it sound real good, of course.
Well, I didn't speak with him.
Okay.
I mean, just gave him the synopsis of what's going on, right? You guys have 50-50?
I have custody, he has visitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's about to get full custody.
You guys have copies of that paperwork somewhere?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where things are at now. Like I said, you're going to be contacted by DCFS in the future. I can't say when.
It has to be within 24 to 48 hours.
And I'm sure they will contact you tomorrow before the weekend. So.
Yeah. But as a safety plan, but like there's no safety plan in place because
nothing was signed by both parties. So.
Well, your safety plan wasn't effective, so now that DCFS has to step in and conduct this safety plan, that pretty much makes you ineffective as a parent.
Like those kids.
So I can't speak to the practices of DCFS.
No, I mean I can. I know. I'm familiar. Like I've never personally had one. They can recommend.
But there's also emergency circumstances where things have to be done without parental consent on both sides.
Yeah.
So, and given the circumstances and the facts that we have leading up to this, that's where things are at.
Okay, so what's up with my youngest daughter then?
The plan is that right now that they're both in the care of.
That's not her dad.
Well, she's with your mom now. Both of them are.
She has a dad, and that's not. See, there is no safety. You understand what I'm saying? There is no. That's not a safety plan. That's not what they would do.
That's the plan that we have in place.
And that's not supposed to. It's supposed to happen at me, right?
She don't even. Yeah, she has a dad.
But you can talk to DCFS about that one.
Well,
okay.
I would have to talk to my mom.
Okay.
That's not a safety. That's not.
Again, I mean, we can split hairs on what the verbiage is or what the course of action is, but that's where things are as of
now.
now.
And I get that. Yeah.
So, anything else?
You guys conduct. Yeah, do what you gotta do, and I'm sure they will too.
She gives two shits. She just want to get out of there.
We're gonna do all the booking here, and then we'll give you a court date.
It's not like the old days where you sit in jail for misdemeanor.
This is we just.
Wait, it's a misdemeanor?
But that's crazy. I don't know. When they pass that, that'd be first of the year.
These laws came into effect about 2019.
Kind of feel like not good.
Not that bad.
Not quite.
No, but bad.
Crimes against people, felonies still very low.
Really?
Domestic battery still.
They do. Is it? They make it sound bad. Like you can.
Yeah, this bitch should have been put in
I
jail.
see stuff on the news or like people on videos.
Look at her. She's.
No, you can do break, kill, whatever. Not go to jail.
That's not really the case.
I would hope not. No.
Slap on the wrist.
Yeah, so we'll go downstairs, we'll get through the paperwork, and then you'll be free to leave. So have a court date.
When will that be?
We'll get you that. You gotta, like I said, fill out all the paperwork.
Okay. You're out the back.
Fucking disgusting ass bitch.
You want to go to the hospital?
All right, this is going to be the last parent that we're going to talk about. And then after that, since it is Friday, we're going to go see what's up with, the liberal world and the Transgender Day of Visibility. And she's going to ask some, simple questions. I know you're kidding, Envy Rat. This is a channel full of sarcasm. So this one, honestly, I think this is probably the worst one of the three that we're going to talk about today.
You want to go to the hospital?
No.
Hey, you got to wake up. If you don't want to go to the hospital, then you got to stay awake, okay?
Friday, July 5th, 2024, St. Petersburg, Florida. Police receive a call reporting an accident at 4400 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street South. The caller informs that an adult woman and child are in the vehicle at the time of the accident. Officers, firefighters, and EMS are en route to the scene, and they have to assist immediately before it's too late. I'm Tyler, and this is your daily dose of crime.
Yeah, so she was driving down the street. We were heading this way, and she didn't have any lights on. She tried to put her hazards on. Only one hazard light was working. She turned those off, and then all of a sudden she just lost control and pushed the gas. It was no lights on. Yeah, remember that's
Bravo.
She turned all the lights off, hit the gas, and veered off this way and went straight to this yard. She passed us flying, so she was in the right lane. She was going this way? No, she coming from this way. Yeah. And I was saying, they ain't got no lights. I said, so they might, but she's driving a little too fast without having come around the curve with no lights. She had like one hazard light and bright lights, no headlights. And I said, she must have got the hazard since it was like flashing in yellow. It was only on the right side of the car. So when she got right here at the curb, a car went by and she came. I don't know if she couldn't see the road no more. She came straight this way.
Oh, she didn't continue with the curve? She just came straight?
Yes.
She was traveling southbound.
We were both traveling this way.
Okay. And she had no lights on?
No lights on. She had her hazard lights on, but only one hazard light was blinking.
Okay.
So she couldn't
So she had to turn
the lights on and off. So you could see her messing with stuff. She was tapping the brakes.
No, you gotta go back that way. This is shut down.
You didn't see the cop cars, you fucking moron.
She was tapping her brakes, and that's the only time her brake lights would come on. Then all of a sudden, she just gassed it.
Upon arrival at the scene, paramedics attend to the child and the driver while officers take witness statements. 2 women report having seen the vehicle earlier, driving without its headlights on, with the emergency flashers activated. Suddenly, the driver lost control of the car, accelerating into the opposite lane and ultimately crashing into a yard. What happened that led to this outcome?
I'm Officer Kenneman, Safety Police. Are you the registered owner of the car? Can you tell me what happened for the crash?
My car keeps veering to one side, and I kept trying to straighten it out.
Which way were you coming down? MLK? Were you going this way, or were you going towards?
North to my home.
You're heading north to your home, so you're going that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
that way. I don't know which way we're directed. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And which lane were you in? Do you remember which lane you were in? Were you closest to the curb or closest to the
I was on the road.
The curb? And then you said your car is veering to one side. What side is that veering to?
The right.
Right side?
Your line
Okay.
myself.
Do you remember how fast you were going? Do you know what the speed limit is over here? Say that again?
40.
Okay. And then do you remember just hitting a curb, hitting a tree, or was there something in the road that you're trying to veer out of the way? There's another car?
It just was.
Yo, this bitch is gonna do some cheeseburgers. Holy
Where
fuck.
were you coming from?
I had to jump in front of.
Do you know where friend lives?
I know.
Okay, is it just south of here? Or like close to some? I'm just trying to get a generalized area where you were coming from. You know the location you're at now?
Into the ambulance.
I was taking 16th Street.
Okay. Do you know where, like right now? Do you know like the general location where you're at?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know like an avenue or what street you're close to, or like a park or anything like that?
Okay. So that's all this
You're over by like 48th Avenue South and MLK.
48.
Yeah.
Yo, she's confused as
Oh,
fuck.
I was just going down.
Okay, so do you think you're going south then?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm supposed to go on the outside.
And then do you remember, so were you still in the curb lane going this way?
I guess so.
Okay. Do you remember going across any lanes of traffic or anything like that?
No, I was in the curb.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Corey, a lot of people can't figure that out.
And you don't want to go to the hospital?
I'll take myself.
You're going to take yourself to the hospital? Okay.
What the fuck
is
you
there
gonna
any
take yourself to the
concerns that she has to
hospital?
go immediately or anything like that? Okay. I'll just I'll talk to her real quick and I'll be right back.
The driver, identified as Krista Carver, is on a stretcher with paramedics when one of the officers proceeds to take her statement. She claims the car veered off course on its own, and she tried her best to avoid the accident, but it was unavoidable. Krista speaks groggily, and her responses are not clear, raising suspicions for the officer taking her statement. Authorities have to act quickly,
They should have drew a vial
especially
of her
since
blood
a
right there.
2-year-old child is in the vehicle, and they're concerned about her condition.
For lab work.
What's that?
And in my purse. So I get my phone.
Okay.
Yo, this bitch was hooked up to a 12 lead EKG. She's so drunk. I'm just gonna leave these pads here.
Just do me a favor, stand by with her real quick, if you don't mind. What kind of car?
Kia Sportage.
Oh, those are good cars.
And it only had 82,000 miles on it.
Oh, that's it?
And 07.
Not bad. You could sell that thing. Where were you driving? This way?
Yeah, I was coming this way. I had to from my home and I was going to the first go
She
home.
literally looks like a
Are you,
fucking
you were going that way or going that way?
Coming from that way to... Is that south?
No, that's north.
It's coming from south. I headed north.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh my god. I want to feel up in the field.
I wouldn't try to get up yet.
No, like me.
Oh, you can live. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna assume
You live
yes.
in Pinellas Park?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. You don't think I just asked.
When did you get that car?
September last year.
Oh, September of last year. Were you driving? Oh, okay. Guess there was another accident up the block, so I was getting them mixed up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I was on my way, I kept asking, and they were like, no, 109, 102, or whatever. Oh, or lightning.
Sitting on the ground, Carver talks to an officer recounting what she remembers about the accident. In obvious pain and appearing tired, the woman struggles to articulate herself, gradually drifting off to sleep. She shows no apparent concern for her 2-year-old daughter and doesn't seem fully aware of the seriousness of the situation.
Why didn't you want to go to the hospital? You got like a cut on your lip and stuff. You're pretty banged up.
What?
Wake up. Wake the fuck
You do
up.
anything fun for 4th of July at least?
One of the things I used to do that,
No.
when somebody had a concussion
Neither.
or, something where I needed to keep them awake, and I was busy with other people, I would have them sing their ABCs to me. So I knew they would stay awake.
You okay? You sure you don't want to go to the hospital? Hey, sure you don't want to go to the hospital? Hey, you gotta wake up.
Oh, fuck it, curb stomper.
Hey, sweetheart, honey, you gotta wake up. You want to go to the hospital?
No.
You don't want to go to the hospital, then you gotta stay awake, okay? Your head hurt?
No.
You tired? Sheesh. These bugs are bugging tonight. Hey, Matthews, you gotta stay awake. I know you're tired, but we gotta stay awake right now.
I know.
Yeah, we just have to stay awake, okay? Huh?
I said just in case of a concussion.
Well, yeah, we don't want you to go to sleep because then you get stuck in that concussion, you know?
Yeah.
I did.
You probably sounds like you should have. What are you looking for?
Water. I need water.
Oh, I don't got any
Well,
of that.
grab some trees behind you, some leaves.
No, there's no water fountain up there. There's all houses.
Where was it? I saw one. Where was it?
Well, not on the street.
As Krista continues to sit on the ground, she eventually falls asleep, prompting the officer to wake her up and ask again if she needs to go to the hospital. She explains that she hasn't slept for days and is gradually giving in, but how could someone fall asleep in such a critical situation? Moments earlier, her 2-year-old daughter had been ejected from the vehicle
Yeah, I forgot
due
to
to being
mention-
improperly secured in her
See,
car seat.
I wasn't going to say it until they actually said it, but yeah, this is why this lady really needs to be in jail.
Her 2-year-old daughter had been ejected from the vehicle due to being improperly secured in her car seat. She had been immediately transported to the hospital with serious injuries, and the circumstances should have made Krista react despite her fatigue, but she didn't, which led the officers to believe she might be under the influence of substances.
Where'd you say you were coming from? Your friend's house?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Over off of C Street and like 18th Ave.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Stay awake.
I'm sorry, I've been asleep for 2 days.
Me too.
Can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Can you scratch my back?
I can't.
You.
Damn it.
Hey, Matthews. Can you come here for 1 sec? Krista, wake up.
Oh man. They're supposed to go through sleep regressions like every 2, 4, 6, 8 months to a year.
I'd try to sit up, though. You're gonna fall asleep like that.
Make the bitch stand up.
Everything I was paid for on the left side and they have shit. It's so crazy. How do we go to sleep at night? Stealing from people knowing they have nothing.
Who's doing that?
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Oh.
I'm like the only investigator. No FBI, no Nobody wants to help me.
FBI, huh?
Oh, you sure you don't want to go to the hospital?
Yes, I'm just tired,
Wait.
really.
Hey, Jeffrey, if you're out there, she needs your hookups in the FBI because nobody wants to pay attention to her. I'm pretty sure she's got a story to tell, but I'm not willing to listen to it right now. FBI will, because that's who she requested.
If you keep doing that, I'm gonna have to get you to go to the hospital, okay?
Okay. I haven't slept in 2 days.
But, so? You keep bobbing and going to sleep. You hurt your head really
Why
bad.
would you be driving?
You have a concussion, right? And you go to sleep. It's not good.
I do not have any concussion.
Well, because look what you're doing. You got a busted face.
I haven't slept in 2
I know.
days.
You got a busted face. You got cuts all over the place.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that you hit your head.
I don't think I do.
You don't think you hit your head?
I remember what happened, and when I had a concussion, I still to this day cannot tell you what happened.
I can't.
I don't think I did. I think I didn't hit my head, but I don't think I hit it.
But you can't
on
remember.
any part that was super hard because what's it called?
Right.
Hey, Krista. Hey, I'm also Ken, we were talking a little bit earlier. Do you mind standing up and coming with me to the front of my cruiser so we can talk a little bit more? All right.
Hmm.
All right, and then just come right over here to this SUV that's right in front of us, and I just want you to stay in front of that bumper, turn around and face towards me, okay? And just stand right in front of that bumper and just turn around and face towards me, okay?
Yo, I like the red dot method he uses. I never would have thought about it.
Just real quick, it's hot. Just be careful, okay? What we're doing is, and when I talked to you earlier, that's all for your civil crash stuff, okay? The crash itself is just civil, all right? So what I'm doing right now is I'm changing from a civil crash investigation to a criminal DUI investigation. I'm not saying you're impaired or anything like that, okay?
DUI?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're impaired. I'm just here just to disprove any alarms that you, concerns that I may have had, okay? So before we continue...
So one man accident.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
It was just me, right?
Yep, just you.
How am I getting I'm not intoxicated.
Okay, so when you driving your vehicle and stuff like that, right? And then you crash into another person's property, okay? So, and cause damage there too, plus your car as well, okay? So, like I said, you may not be impaired, okay? Well, all we're doing is changing from the civil crash to the criminal DUI investigation, okay? So changing of the hats. All right, before we continue,
Yo, she looks like Marilyn
when you go to
Manson.
jail. It's just how we do things, okay?
Am I going to jail?
As of right now, you are not going to jail, okay?
Does it have to be DUI?
It's just an investigation. I haven't even made that determination.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so it's not final.
No.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him or her present with you where being questioned. You cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one to be appointed to present you. You decide any time to exercise these rights and answer any questions and make any statements. You understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Just a verbal response, please.
Yes.
Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to continue speaking with me? Do you, having your rights in mind, do you want to continue speaking with me?
Yo, it's a good thing it's not windy, because when they would do these tests on this bitch, she would probably blow across the street. Maybe a good 5 mile per hour breeze, and she's done.
I mean, as far as the physical.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
As far as the physical.
So you're okay with talking to me? Is that a yes? Okay. I don't have any questions for you right now. All right. The only thing I want to do really quick is just look at your eyes. Are you okay with that? All right. Do you wear contacts or glasses?
Yeah.
Glasses. Do you have any contacts in currently? No.
No, the glasses.
Okay. And then do you have blindness in either eye?
Blindness. No, I have astigmatism.
Okay, so it's just blurry. But you can see me okay right now?
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to have you do is, I'm just going to have you put your feet together like this.
Oh, I can't do this sober.
Okay. And then I want you to put your arms down to your side, okay? And just stay in that position.
Did she just say, "Oh, I can't do this sober either"? Did she just say that?
All right. Can you see this light right here, okay? Can you just tell me what color it is? Blue. All right. what I'm going to do is I'm going to make several passes in front of your field of view, okay? The only thing I want you to do is follow this blue light right here with your eyes and your eyes only. I do not want you to move your head. You understand?
I understand.
Okay.
Just
And just try to keep your head straight, okay?
Sorry,
You're okay.
sorry.
Try to stay awake a
Dude,
little
what's
bit,
up
okay?
with her chin?
I'm so.
Oh,
I got you.
I was
all
trying
right?
to get like.
It's only going to be like a
go
minute, 2
sleep.
minutes, all right?
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And can you just keep your arms down to your
Sorry.
side? No, you're okay.
Nice Adam's apple.
So really quick, what I'm going to ask for you to do is I would like for you to participate in a couple additional field sobriety exercises, okay?
No, those are from the EKG.
All right. I'm going to have you come to the far end of the line right over here, okay? Right where my light is, I want you to stand right there at the very end of the line, okay? And just face down towards me. Good. All right. Just stay right there really quick, all right?
All right.
All right. All set? All right. So that starting position.
Got it.
Okay. So that starting position, what I'm going to have you do is put your left foot on the line. Yep. And then put your right foot in front of the left, touching heel to toe, just like mine. And then put your arms right down to your side. Okay. I just want you to try your best, okay?
What's up with Ghost?
And then put your arms down to your side. All right, just remain in that position, okay?
Yo, she can't even stand still.
All right. So when I tell you to begin, all right, once you're in that starting position, I'm going to help you get back into it. But then I'm going to tell you to begin.
I know where I've seen her before. Do you guys remember those military canisters that were in a basement of a medical equipment supply warehouse? You guys remember those little green canisters? She was probably inside one of those green canisters. If you don't get the reference, then I don't know what to tell you.
I want you to take 9 heel to toe steps down this line. All right, it's going to look something like this, okay? 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9, okay? I did 3, but I want you to do 9, all right? Assuming this is your 9th step, I want you to keep your front foot on the line, take your back foot off of it, and then make a series of small steps till you're facing back down the line like this, okay? When you're facing back down the line, I want you to take 9 more heel to toe steps, all right? It's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9 again, all right? I did 3 for a demonstration, but I want you to do 9, all right? When you reach your 9th step here, you can step off the line. You completed the exercise, okay? A couple things I want you to keep in mind. Just make sure you're looking down at your feet. Make sure you're counting out loud. Keep your arms down to your sides, all right? Don't use it for balance. And once you start the exercise, I don't want you to stop.
When they tell you keep looking at your feet, that's actually a good thing to help you keep your balance. That's what I used to do. I used to pick a spot on the. I never did the DUI test. This is for something else where we had to have balance. But I would pick a spot on the ground that was maybe 2 feet in front of me, 3, and I would just look at that and focus. But now I can't. I'm just old that way.
Do you have any questions about what I just demonstrated?
What if I suck at balance when I'm like completely not tired?
I'm going to take everything into consideration too. All right, if your balance is terrible before, I'll keep everything in consideration. Okay. Any other questions for me or anything like that?
So far, any tips or tricks?
I have no tips or tricks. All right.
Just a lot of practice.
Any other questions?
Maybe so.
Okay, so we're going to get you in that starting position really quick. So your left foot's already on the line. Yep, just put your right foot in front of the left, touching heel to toe. And then put your arms down at your side.
So.
All right. So right foot in front of the left, touching heel to toe. And then arms down to your side. And then you may begin whenever you're ready, okay?
Why is it so hard?
All right. I found it. So I found this chick, dude, whatever, earlier in her acting career, right? I'm going to play a preview of the movie she was in during her acting career. And you guys tell me what you think. Is it a perfect match? Does Sheila still look the same?
In the dark of the night, something strange is going on.
night of the living dead. Sure, they shipped those bodies.
Uh-oh.
Well, I hope.
See? See? Now wait till it comes out.
The dead have risen from the grave.
I don't remember having clothes on that scene.
There's 100 of those things out there.
How many did you say?
100? And now the question is, how do we get them back into the ground?
Bert, Frank, we have a little problem. 4 left, 10 right.
It's all over everything! Stupid asshole! Watch your tongue, boy, if you like this job! Like this job!
There. See? What do y'all think? That's her, right? 100% her.
Right in front of the left.
Yep, right in front of the left, touching heel to toe.
You guys got it? That's what we gotta do.
Yep.
Why is it so hard? Can I take my shoes off?
Sure, if you want to take your shoes off, absolutely.
Feel better.
All right, and then you may begin whenever you're ready now.
Ready? Set. Right. I'm about to give up on this stuff here.
All right, you want to...
I don't want to refuse it because I don't think I'm hiding anything, but it's frustrating telling me.
You want to take a break from this one?
You take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break from that one. I have one more for you really quick, okay? Do you want to put your shoes on or you want to keep them off? It's completely up to you. You want to keep them off? Okay. Just face towards me really quick. All right, I'm going to have you put your feet together like this. Yep, and then arm down to your side, all right? Just remain in that position until I tell you to, okay? So when I tell you to begin, you can pick either your left or your right foot up off the ground approximately 6 inches, okay? While you're doing that, I want you to keep your foot parallel to the ground and your leg straight like this, okay? And count aloud in the following manner: 1001, 1002, 1003, all the way until I tell you to stop, okay? Just keep, I want you to look at your raised foot, count out loud, keep your arms down to your side, all right? Don't use them for balance. I don't want you to hop, sway, or anything like that either, okay? Do you have any questions about that?
I don't know. Maybe it's because she's under the influence, but I know whenever I had EKGs, I never had those pads on longer than I should have. As soon as they unhooked me, I tore those fucking pads off because they make you look stupid, don't they?
I don't want you to hop or sway, okay? Any other questions? All right, let me get my timer out really quick.
Great, better get together with this.
All right, whenever you're ready, you can begin, okay?
So, right leg first?
Whichever foot you want. And make sure you look at your foot and then just count out loud too.
1, 2,
You're not looking at your foot, idiot.
And just look at your foot.
4, 5.
And just keep going until I tell you to stop, okay?
Right. God, I suck at this anytime. Balance is not my thing, sir, so I did not do gymnastics.
I didn't take gymnastics either.
All right, let's put our shoes back on really quick, all right?
I can do
This
that.
next test
You're
is
good.
pretty awesome.
Do you want to use the curve to put your shoes on really quick?
If I would win $1 billion for that, I would. I know money.
You know money.
After several minutes of Krista repeatedly nodding off, the officers move her to one of the patrol cars.
Hey, you guys still remember that she possibly almost killed her kid, right? Yeah, I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
And inform her about the ongoing investigation to determine if she's under the influence of substances. Performing various checks, the police begin noticing irregularities with Carver during the exercises. She can't properly follow objects with her eyes, has trouble maintaining her balance when trying to walk in a straight line, and sways significantly even while standing.
Sorry.
You're good, yeah. I know it's bright.
Jesus Christ. You don't even have to tie them.
These mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're bad.
They are.
Yeah, the quicker you put your shoes on.
Hey, Krista, are you able to put your shoes back on really quick?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm,
No, you're good.
I'm so tired.
Come on, you
I
got
feel
one
you.
more test.
It's kind of late.
Late.
It is late.
I was just up with a friend because they didn't want to drink and drive.
Yeah. Are you able to stand up and come back over here so we can talk again?
Yeah.
Do you need help or are you okay?
I'm good.
All right. Just come back over here where we were standing at the very beginning. All right. I'm going to have a couple questions for you and stuff like that, okay?
Yeah.
And just come right to the front bumper again, okay? There's one more thing I have really quick I forgot to do. There's a camera right here where there's a red blinking light. I just want you to face towards that really quick because I'm going to have you count that red blinking light a couple times, okay? Are you able to turn towards there really quick? And then there's the red blinking light right there.
Final
Right
test.
here.
Final
You just
test.
face that camera right there and then just follow. Look at that, okay? All right. And then I am going to place you under arrest for driving under the influence. Okay?
No,
Look at the camera.
please, why?
Look at the camera. It's okay.
Why? I'm not driving under the influence.
Okay.
Hold on, wait. No. Excuse me, I'm not driving under the influence. I'm tired.
Okay. We'll give you an opportunity to prove it in the station. I'll do your breathalyzer.
So do a breathalyzer. I don't drink. I don't do
Can you
anything.
just face there really quick?
Check her pupils.
Do you have clothes? I'm sorry, I can show it to you.
Here.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Yes, ma'am.
How? I'm tired.
Okay. Like I said, we'll give you the opportunity to provide a breath, and then there's going to be nothing, I think, coming back for breath, so we're going to ask for your urine sample too, okay?
Oh,
Do you have anything on you that's going to stick or poke us?
her bones.
No
You got her really
needles
quick
or
in the
nothing
go.
like that?
Is that front right pants pocket? Yep. Okay. Was that in the change pocket, or was that just the normal one? Okay.
They're not your pants?
No.
Okay.
Oh, they're not her pants, guys.
Yeah. Ryan said to call him in a second.
See, look, she's breathing a little bit fuller, I think.
Oh, look, they have her back in the ambulance. This time she's cuffed as well. They still have those leads on her. They totally could have hooked her back up for the vitals. But they do have a line in her, so that's a good thing.
She's been breathing fine with us the whole time, so.
She probably is low a lot of the time.
You went on 0.5. Yeah. She probably took something strong. It's still working after a couple hours, so.
You can't get that bitch on there?
No needles or nothing in our car?
We didn't do anything with the car. It's considered.
I didn't see anything from.
What's he about to
you when
give
I was
her?
looking at it.
Narcan?
Nothing. Not really stuck in.
She did say she used to take methadone in the past, but she didn't say anything about it today.
It's Carver.
After clear evidence of impairment, the officers arrest Krista for driving under the influence, to which she declines, completely rejecting the accusations. Due to her condition, the police proceed to take her to the hospital for a medical assessment before taking her to jail. Krista Carver, age 33, was arrested for driving under the
that's a rough
influence of
33.
alcohol, causing serious bodily injury, child neglect, reckless driving causing serious bodily injury, and possession of controlled substances.
There it is.
Hey.
She definitely had a controlled substance on her. As if we couldn't tell. So I'm going to hit the play on this first video because you already know how I felt that dumb bitch. She needs to have her kids taken away. She needs to have her shoelaces taken away. Oh, she doesn't know how to tie her shoes. No wonder they were hitting her with Narcan. I'm just tired. I haven't slept in 2 days. I'm just tired, guys. Oh, and now we're going to get to the street interviews. This is Friday. I love to do these things on Friday because, well, it's Friday. We don't have jobs. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't have a job. You like my thumbnail? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I probably shouldn't have looked up at this screen. Now I got to go throw up. Actually, I got to take a piss, but enjoy. I'll be back in a minute.
What is a man?
What is a man? I mean, I think it's okay to identify as whatever you want, and if you identify as a man, then you are a man.
There's either 6 or 7 actual genders in the world with the scientific studies, so it's not just 2.
Okay. I'm a woman. Just that's what I'm more comfortable with.
Okay. Why?
Couldn't tell you. I use she, her pronouns.
Okay, and you are a woman.
Yes, ma'am.
What is a woman?
I mean, a woman is up to interpretation.
What's your interpretation?
I mean, my interpretation would be different for me than for anyone else. I'm not one to say who a woman is.
Are you saying that you would like to be addressed as a man?
What is a man?
I know, but
You're shaking. You're shaking. Your lips are quivering. Your eyes are twitching because you're so nervous to be talking to me.
No, I just took my ADHD medicine late, so like, amphetamines hitting. Yeah.
So I don't know about, ADHD meds because I'm untreated. But I'm assuming he's talking about speed, right? I didn't think that was for anxiety. Ritalin. That's it.
That's a good excuse.
I feel like it's such a multifaceted question. It's hard to answer that.
We are here in Tampa at a Pride Festival. We're asking people the typical question, what is a woman? And has Trump done anything good? What is a woman?
Yeah, Adderall too.
Yeah, is it? We gotta go get some more bubbles. Where's more bubbles?
Oh, okay, all right. Come answer that when you're done.
Isn't it the
They
same
can't
thing?
answer it.
Love your hatefulness. Have a great day.
I would like you to respect
Oh shit,
how I
Concerta
identify
too?
though. Caitlin, I don't think I will. Goodbye. That's bigoted. What brought you guys out here today? Why is it so important to come?
Just to support the community with the political things that are happening at these times, and just to support other people and be around other people who have similar ideas. It's important.
Perfect.
Same, and I just moved back here from Texas, which Florida is not as bad as Texas, but it's getting bad. So
what do you mean?
It's getting pretty bad for sure. So you said like the political climate and everything. I actually have a quote from President Trump. He said this yesterday, and I wanted to get your guys' reactions and maybe correct him a little bit.
Okay.
Who better to correct President Trump than people here at a Pride Parade? He said, quote, "No matter how many surgeries you have or chemicals you inject, if you're born with male DNA in every cell of your body, you can never become a woman."
Right.
Is that true?
No.
How's it not
think
true?
You can be whoever you want to be. And biologically, there may be a component of it, but that doesn't make up who you are. It's just in
All right,
many
guys.
ways.
You can be whatever you want to be, right? I am now not only a demigod, but I am now the Secretary of Defense of the world.
We make many choices throughout life of what we're going to do, what we're going to be, what we're going to study. And sometimes people just don't feel right in their bodies, and they correct it.
Yeah.
And scientifically, don't quote me, because there's either 6 or 7 actual genders in the world with the scientific studies, so it's not just 2.
All right, give me 3.
So I just
Can you go into more of that? 6 or 7? What do you mean like that?
So with the chromosomes, like it doesn't just identify 2 genders. There's 6 or 7 genders out there.
Can you name all of them?
I cannot right now.
Like
so much
XY,
time.
You're an expert.
XY, XX,
There's so many. It's not like they're just focusing on 2 genders, and that's not like
There's
it's just
so
a
many.
political
You just
statement.
told me there's 6 or 7.
And there's more genders than just 2, and if they would do research or actually smart enough, they would know that, and their argument would be invalid.
Okay. So what would you say to President?
Hey guys, what do you think? Do I not do enough research? Or I do remember taking biology and anatomy and physiology. Yeah, kind of had to learn that shit.
President Trump to correct his claim that a man cannot become a woman?
that he just needs to resign because he sucks. But at the same time, do some research. Like, that's all it takes. Like, that's the problem with
Dude,
people
you got
who back
fucking
Trump,
herpes on your lips.
is
Shut
that you
the fuck
believe
up.
everything that he says. When I don't even believe the Democrats, but I do so much research. So when my Republican people that I know, I'm like, no.
I wasn't
Well, this is
patient
why
healthcare.
No, it doesn't matter what they said. You have to investigate both sides and do your research. And they don't. Nobody does. And that's the sad part.
There's a difference between physical sex and what you feel on the inside. And just because you're born in the wrong can, say, for
Can?
example, you have a can of peas, but it has a can label for a green bean. Take off that label of the green bean, you're still peas on the inside.
Okay. How would someone know that they're a woman if they were born a man? What are some things that you would categorize as being a woman?
I couldn't answer that question because I'm not transgender.
Okay.
But from a transgender perspective, what I've been told is that's how they feel. They feel that they're born in the wrong body, they were born with the wrong parts, and they're not comfortable with who they are in that physical space. So they want to present themselves as a
Something they're
different
not.
gender.
Hey, look, it's the girl who pooped her pants, Caitlin Bennett.
All right, guys, it's Friday. Friday is be whatever the fuck you want day. So, like I said, today, as in every day, I am a demigod. But today specifically, I am the Secretary of Defense for the entire world. And we need to get ready for this alien invasion that's already here.
My name's Jenna.
Sure it is.
I identify as Jenna.
I'm sure you do.
I would like you to respect how I identify, though.
Dude, what do you
Caitlin, I don't
identify
think
as?
I will. Goodbye.
Oh, wait.
That's bigoted. I have been spotted. These people pay so much attention to me that they know who I am instantly. Hello?
No diddle.
How's it going?
Are you?
I'm undercover too.
Are you a furry today?
I am. I am a different furry every week. So.
Well, are you
Yeah,
a
they had
puppy?
one that Bo Diddle did, but I haven't gotten around to it, and I'm probably not going to watch it because sometimes he's just fucking retarded.
Because I've seen some puppies here today. Have you seen them with the tail?
Yes, I have. But I actually am a sloth. So don't misgender me.
I am so sorry. I will go give myself 50 lashes for that one.
Let's see. In order to be a woman, if you're trans, you have to go through so many different procedures in order to become that they're more of a woman than he will ever be a man, because I doubt he has testosterone. If he took the DNA test today, I doubt he has it if we checked, and then he wouldn't even qualify to be one.
Huh?
So really, Trump might actually be a woman.
I'd say so.
All right, I have to ask you the question
Are
because he
you
was
a
also
woman?
asked in this press briefing.
Look.
What is a woman?
This may be a guy. She's trying to cover up her Adam's apple. Please take that tree of life off your neck.
A woman? I don't really care what you call yourself, but a woman to me is you identify as one, you wake up in the morning, and you have to live with the female experience that comes across with being a woman, and you're proud.
Would you like to educate him on what a woman is?
To me, your
Bro,
identity is yours
I should
to choose.
totally wear
and
that.
Everything is fluid. And that's the most important rule. Nothing is set in stone. Everything is how you identify, and that's the most important thing. Don't let other people define
Oh, wait,
you.
that's-
We define ourselves.
Well, how
No,
would you
maybe not.
define
That's
like a
not
woman?
normal
If
thought.
someone's thinking they might be a woman, what would we guide them with to say, yeah, you know, women are like this. A woman is this.
I think it's up to each individual to define themselves. I think my definition is what I would believe, and someone else's definition is what they believe. And to me, it's so important that we choose our own path. What makes us happy? We're in this together.
Yeah.
I
All right.
Yeah.
Question for you: what is a man?
What is a man?
Well, not him.
I mean, I think it's okay to identify as whatever you want, and if you identify as a man, then you are a man. Why does someone else have to tell you who you are and who you aren't? You don't need to go through the surgeries to be a man. If you identify as a man, then you are a man.
What does that
That's
mean
not
to
how that
identify as a man? Like, what does that mean?
I feel like it's so subjective. I mean, I feel like it's such a multifaceted question. It's hard to answer that. My best friend is transgender. They've been trans their whole life. It's
No,
been
they
difficult
haven't.
for them to come out, especially with the establishment we have now in Congress. But I tell them all the time, you are a man if you identify as a man. You do not have to have short hair. You do not have to have a beard. It is subjective. You are what you think you are. No one can tell you otherwise.
Hug me! Hug me! Bro, you're getting
Yo, that dude probably smells like piss.
Hug me, bro! You'll be alright. Hug me! Why won't you show me love?
Yo, that's sexual harassment. Sexual assault. Don't touch him.
Hug me! Hug me!
Unwanted hugs.
Hug
You can't do that. You should know that. You're a liberal.
This is love! This is love!
I think he's saying no. I think he's saying he doesn't want to be touched.
He doesn't want to.
You should back away. You should just back away.
Take a 9-volt to his lip piercing.
I don't want you making contact with me.
It's not how that works. We are all women
Bro,
the second we exist.
What the fuck is that? You guys remember Fievel Goes West? Okay, maybe I am showing my age. But look at this little...
It's not how that works.
Look at this fucking thing in the middle. What the hell?
We are all women the second we exist. You turn male from a... If he wants to take,
Well,
like,
let's
the
rewind
bio
that,
works.
Explanation confused me.
I don't want you making contact with me.
It's not how that works. We are all women the second we exist. You turn male from a... If he wants to take, like, the biological standpoint, that is such a stupid thing to say. To
Is
question
it?
someone else's identity when you don't even know them, it's a terrible thing to do. Like,
Bro.
so you said there...
So, biology is just an ideology, right?
We all start as female?
Yeah, in the womb, technically, because we all start with a certain set of chromosomes, and then you...
What do we start with?
I believe it's XY or XX. I'm sorry, I'm not great with it, but
Then you can't talk
we all
about it.
start as... I don't know, it's just stupid to say that because he doesn't know the facts.
Yeah,
You?
what would you say to him if you could correct him on this?
I don't think he can be corrected. I think major radical change is in order because if someone like him can become president and do such harmful things to our community, we're done for.
Hi!
Hateful!
It's been like close to 100 days. Does anybody know what Donald Trump or the Trump administration has done that's very harmful to this mental illness? Curious. I mean, he didn't cancel their day.
How are you?
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Welcome back.
Wait, I do remember you.
I gave you the whistle.
He gave me the whistle. Do you have any today?
No, I have no whistles.
Oh, well
No
then-
whistles for hate today.
No whistles for hate.
No whistles for hate.
Did you come up and say, hey, hateful?
Yeah. Yes, hey, hateful.
Why am I hateful?
Because you think all kind of hateful things
Like
about
what?
this community.
Like what?
A lot of hate. I've seen it. You've said it. I don't
Then
have
tell
to say
me
it
what
for
I
you.
said. What'd I
don't
say?
have to say it for you.
What'd I say?
I don't have to say it for you.
What did I say?
And that's okay. That's okay, because you know what you've said.
What did I say? You know what I said too. What I
I
said.
don't have to say it for you. But
You're lying. You don't know anything I've said because you can't point it out.
Fake Christian.
Hi, look at guy. You can put a cigarette between your teeth and you don't even have to take it out to smoke it.
Is it your husband too? Oh, is that you?
Is that kind of like one of those things? If you're one, you can say it.
No. You say it. Say it. Well, welcome. Here's your
Fact.
world. Love your hatefulness. Have a great day. Bless you guys. Where's your whistle?
You didn't give me one.
Bye, honey.
Don't touch me. Puppy, do you agree
Oh
or
my
disagree? Okay, that's disagree. What about you? Right.
Huh?
All right. If you could correct him, how would you correct these claims? What do you mean?
No, you're supposed to
So
stay
he
in
said if
character.
you're born with male DNA, you can never become a woman. What would you say to correct that claim?
I say your body, your choice.
Okay.
Just like the vaccine?
agree. Your body, your choice. Okay. To become a woman?
Or a dog?
Yeah. Okay. What is a woman?
I don't even know how to answer that.
Oh, you don't. That's weird.
Gender's not a construct, so. Right. So if someone says, I'm now a woman, what does that mean that they are?
I don't know how to answer that.
I don't know how to answer that. Are you guys women?
So wait a second. You're supposed to be advocating for this, but you have no idea how to answer what is a woman. What's up, FinFam? How can they explain what a woman is if she doesn't know how to answer that?
I'm whatever I want to be. Right, but are you a woman? Not necessarily. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. What
She identifies as a skinny runway model.
are you? They, them. They, them? Yep. Okay, so you're neither male or female. I don't know what I identify as anymore. Okay.
Yeah?
So what have
Have
you
you
identified as in the
Put your hand
past?
between your legs.
She, her. She, her? Okay, would that be a woman? Yes. Okay, so
Oh.
you are a woman? Sure. Okay, well, I guess you identify as a woman? I don't want to answer this anymore. Okay. Okay. Bye. Bye. See you later.
I have no opinion on that because I was born male, so I don't have an opinion on that.
Are you still a male?
So you have no opinion if a man could become a woman?
The thing is, we were born the way we were born, and we were all born.
Dude, that's a
of
woman
his
standing
children.
next to you, though.
So
Dressed as a man.
therefore, however he sees us deem fit, that's what we are.
What's your reaction? Do you agree with Trump or disagree?
I personally disagree with Trump in a lot of ways, just for the fact that, we make ourselves who we set ourselves out to be. And just because we have,
Oh,
science to tell us one
she's
thing.
really feminine.
That's great. That's fun. But how we choose to live our life, what we choose to do with ourselves at our own time and our perspective is what we decide.
Agree or disagree?
Completely disagree. You don't even have to have like hormones or surgeries or anything to be trans. Like if you feel like you're trans, then you are trans. It's as simple as that.
And if you, because he
All right,
says,
guys. I am now Optimus Prime. I am now Optimus Prime.
specifically, if you're born with male DNA, you can never become a woman. Do you think it doesn't matter what DNA you have, you can be a woman?
Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. It's all about how you feel.
Okay.
Who cares? Who cares?
Who cares if men are saying they're women? Yeah.
Also, genetics is like a spectrum. Gender is a spectrum. So, like, what about the intersex people? Like,
Yeah, even then, like, even if you're talking about
Yo,
like
none of these
biological
people
sex,
would actually
everyone's
get
always like, oh,
laid.
there are two sexes, and that's just
that is scientifically
blatantly false.
How many are there?
It's intersex is really a complicated subject. There are a lot of factors that can change. So it's really more of a spectrum than like a set number.
So like autism?
Yeah, the current scientific consensus actually is that sex is bimodal. So two peaks with two common sets of traits and then a valley in between where they sort of meet.
Okay, perfect. So,
Okay.
because he seems to be confused about who can and cannot become a woman,
Yeah.
can you let him know what a woman is?
Whatever a woman wants to be.
That's not an answer.
How do we
You
know
can't use
that they're
woman.
a woman?
If she says she's a woman.
Okay.
Simple as. If she says she's a woman, she is.
You can't
I'm a
use the
woman.
word to define
you're a
what it
woman.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, when you tell me you're a woman, what does that mean you are?
I don't know. It's as simple as that. I feel like a woman. That's how I choose to present myself.
What feelings do you have that you relate with being a woman?
Femininity. I don't know.
I mean, you got
That's-
the tits for it, I guess.
Just that's what I'm more comfortable with.
Okay.
Are you pregnant?
Couldn't tell you.
But you are a woman.
What up,
Yes.
Bill?
Okay.
Good to
but
see
you
you,
don't know
man.
what a woman is.
Well, I do know what a woman is. It's anyone who identifies as a woman.
You can't use woman.
Any further?
I cannot say much. I'm non-binary, so it's.
So you're not a woman or a man?
No, I am not.
Okay, so you know you're not a woman. What is a woman that you're like, no, that's not what I am?
I just don't like being associated with like femininity or masculinity. I do not feel I fall in either of those categories at all.
He loves us all.
He does.
He made us all in his image.
He did.
So therefore,
Yeah.
when you're out here judging my people,
I'm not judging you.
if you're quoting the Bible down, then you're judging these people.
I'm not
Well, I
I
don't
even
follow
quote
the
the Bible.
I know you. Yes, you just did.
No,
you
I
said that.
didn't.
Well, since your cameraman's Catholic, you're out here judging our people. You're
I'm not judging anybody.
Yes, you are, darling.
Okay,
But
that's
you know
fine.
what? Have a great day,
That's fine, don't
darling.
touch
You're
me.
judging her for being religious.
It's honestly our responsibility as the church
Yo.
to step in and say what
This is
you're-
like the original Antifa tank brigade, guys. This is one of the, I don't know if she really is, but this is one of the Antifa tank brigades.
spewing is hate, and that's not okay.
Well, talking about spewing hate, I have a quote here from Trump, and I would love you to react to it. You're like, I don't know about this.
Well, here's the thing is, I do know who you are. I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but if you're just here to make us look stupid because you want us to be controversial liberals.
Do you feel like you look stupid?
No, I don't. I'm here to spread the love of the gospel, and he loves you, he loves me, he loves everybody here, and that's the message that I'm trying to preach.
And do you think God makes mistakes?
No, he doesn't. And that includes people who identify as gay, who identify as trans, who identify as non-binary, and who don't identify as anything.
So why would
Funny,
God make
you have to
someone
identify
in a perfect image and knit
as-
them in their mother's womb
You have
as
to
a man,
identify
as a male, as a little
as-
boy?
You hear what you're saying?
And then you think that he may have made a mistake in the mother's womb, that they're not actually a little boy and that he messed up and now they're a little girl?
I think we get to define what masculinity looks like and femininity, and if that is something that you would have decided on your own, doesn't identify
That's
with
not
you.
my question. Did he make a
So,
mistake?
if they can't define what a woman is, can you define what feminine and masculine is? Because you have no idea what a woman is in the first place. So you wouldn't know what it is to be masculine or feminine. You fucking retards.
Mistake.
No, God does not make mistakes. He makes everybody beautifully, and if somebody decides that they're trans, who am I as just another fellow person to say anything about that?
I just wanted a picture.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
I'm a big supporter.
No, you're not.
I am. I
You
am.
Jewish? He's
You
got the
think I'm dumb
tattoo.
enough to believe that?
No, you have your pride shirt on.
Who am I?
Caitlin Bennett.
Yeah, and you're a big supporter, huh?
I surely am.
I think you're lying.
I'm not. You have your pride shirt on.
What's your favorite video of mine?
The one I'm on.
I mean, they're all the same.
What are they?
You
What's your
interview kids
favorite?
at colleges and stuff.
Yeah, what's your favorite?
I mean, I don't have a favorite. I don't.
You
think.
don't know anything because you're not a fan.
Okay. Why are you here at Pride if you don't support gay people?
Who said I don't support gay people?
A lot of your videos. And
When did I say that?
Many a time, probably.
Okay, give me one. Give me one quote.
I just wanted a picture, but I was being nice. But
Yeah,
okay.
no, you weren't. You were lying. It's not nice to lie. Yeah, he came up and lied to me. That's not very nice. He said he's a huge fan.
Is this like a persona?
It's who I am. Please don't act like my
No,
identity is a
you
persona.
have a
Genitalia.
persona.
Yeah.
You know, I have a persona, Veronica.
I would have never guessed. Since you're the Democratic Women's Club, can you answer this question and set Trump straight? What is a woman?
I can't answer that question.
What
I don't know
the
how to
fuck?
answer that question.
Democratic Women's Club.
Right.
Oh.
What is a woman? I can't know how you want.
If you don't know how to explain it, then why are you part of the Democratic Women's Club? Makes sense. Makes sense. You must be like a proud supporter.
Want me to answer that question?
Well, it's on your shirt.
Right. So I'm a woman because I was born with female parts. So
Okay.
I'm a woman.
Okay.
So wouldn't you agree with Trump that if you're born with male DNA, that you cannot become a woman?
No, because if you have surgery to change that, then I don't think you are a
It
woman.
doesn't change your
that you're
DNA.
not a woman anymore if you want to go for the man surgery.
How can you have a surgery to change the DNA in your cells?
It's not the DNA because it's more than just DNA at that point. It's how
No,
you
it's not.
identify yourself. Okay, so I would consider myself more feminine in that respect. But
yeah,
you know, if another person feels that way, I mean, I can't.
Mr. Hat, come on over here.
I'm a geneticist myself.
Okay.
So,
Are you?
Well, not by trade, but by degree. So I just know it to be factually incorrect.
Okay. Would you like to correct him as a geneticist out here? Can you tell me what a woman is then?
Well, our current understanding, it teeters. From like a biological perspective, one could argue that there is a chromosomal relationship. However, there are many different afflictions, a bunch of broad varieties of afflictions that make it difficult to
guys.
categorize. So
This is why I can honestly say I'm proud, very proud, to be uncollege educated. Very proud of it.
while I think it's all right for somebody to use the biological basis, I think the mental basis is more indicative for most
I'm
societies.
glad you asked that because I was thinking about this the other day, Corey. It was a civilian aircraft, helicopter, and it's one of those tour helicopters. So keep in mind, like, how many people ride those helicopter tours a day? But the person on it, I have to look what he was. He was from Spain. He owned a company, which seemed kind of weird. Him and his entire family went down in a helicopter crash, but engine could have stalled. Anything could have happened.
You're a human with opinions out here who should care and protect, especially the youth, from doing this to themselves and let them know that they are perfect in the way God made them.
Yeah, Siemens.
Why
Thanks,
fill
Envy
their
Rap.
brain with confusion and questions and maybe
medical
God
company on
made
top
a
of that.
mistake. If God does not make mistakes, He did not make a mistake in
Oh.
the mother's womb where that
A medical CEO, medical company CEO, went down in a helicopter crash. Interesting.
perfect precious baby was put on purpose, with a purpose, and not accidental.
And I fully agree with you, but my message today is to tell the people who are here that they are loved by God. And that doesn't matter where they're at or what they identify as or what they agree with or don't agree with about the Bible, but that God
Lord, you
made
guys
them
seen some of
beautifully
these
and
people in the
wonderfully, and that
background?
there are a lot of Christians who are telling them that they are going to hell for something that they are not going to hell for.
How do you know that?
Because I've read the Bible.
What does the Bible say about who's going to hell?
The Bible says that people who reject Jesus are going to hell, but these people are not rejecting Jesus. They are being rejected by people who are representing Jesus. But they are representing a hateful God. They are not representing the God that I've read about, the God that I have a relationship with loves. So I am here to spread the love of the gospel.
I love that. I love that you're doing that, but I think you're misleading people when at first you say God doesn't make mistakes, but then you're gonna wear a shirt that says protect trans youth, as if these children have been mistaken ever since they were conceived in their mother's womb.
I know. Yeah.
I would just hope that you might reflect a little bit on that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying,
broke her
yes,
with
God
that
loves
comment.
gay people. God loves everyone. God even loves
Amen.
trans people. He loves
Amen.
literally everybody because He made them in His image and put them on this earth for a purpose. But when we start confusing them and trying to tell them that they were born wrong or they were created wrong, I think that's where we do a
I don't know if it's so much a freak show on parade, because I think it's more like a contained experiment. And we're watching the animals in the zoo that were experimented on, and we're just like, what the fuck is really going on?
disservice.
There's no really big, difference between the two.
There's no difference between the men and women.
I mean, there is a difference, but it's not, such a difference that there should be.
Can you pan to Dave? You think there's not really a big difference between me and Dave over there?
I mean, there is a difference, but I don't think it's as much as people
at
are
Dave.
led to believe.
I'll admit, yes, there is a difference. Yes, absolutely. But I feel like they overly exaggerate it to such a degree in order to foster a sense of fear and concern when it is nowhere near that level. There's hardly any trans athletes as it is, and yet they make them public enemy number one.
There's hardly any trans athletes, as it starts with. I wonder how many college medals were taken away by a trans athlete.
One.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what
Matter of fact,
yeah, so you
like the World Pool Championship for women, with two men pretending to be women.
guys are in a relationship? Yeah. And you're a boy, and you're a boy. So would you say that you're gay then?
Yes.
Okay. Were you born a female then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I appreciate your time and explaining all that to me. What is a woman?
What is what?
A woman.
I think it's passion.
A state of mind. It's a state of mind. It's a sense of being. It's a embracing of that particular side of yourself, because it is proven through centuries and centuries and religions upon religions that we do carry both male and female DNA. It should be our
It's
choice.
proven.
You mean with the X?
I don't know
Well,
that it's proven, but in the end, what
We
it
both have
is,
X's, right?
is what you feel comfortable in your own skin. Like, I've been a lesbian my entire life. I came out at 13 years old. I never
Oh, that's not
wanted
your entire
to
life.
have a penis and go find a girl, but I've always loved boobs.
All
And
right.
I've never
Well, I'm gonna
wanted
ask
to
you, what is a man?
Well, I guess it's same thing as how you identify yourself. If you feel like the masculine side of you is the more dominant one, then that's what you want to be.
Define masculine.
You know, I don't get into the whole, men have to portray themselves a certain way. Some guys are more feminine. Some guys like
Does that make them a
I
woman?
like sparkly stuff. It doesn't make me a woman.
Right. Why doesn't it make you a woman?
Because I still identify as a man. And
But what is that?
who you are on the inside, I
Yeah,
guess.
who I am
That's
on
what
the
it is.
inside.
It's an inside deal.
I'm a
It's who
woman.
you are.
I love my boobs, but I love hers too.
What is a woman?
I mean, who doesn't love boobs?
Well, I guess it's someone that passes out and shits herself at a party. Because I mean, I know you consider yourself to be one, and I don't.
How do you know
about
that? You didn't ask me what I identify with.
I think
Aren't
I
you
heard
guys?
He's worried about her pooping herself when she was drunk. Actually, in reality, he's more worried about, his boyfriend's dick having shit on it when he pulls out.
Against that?
Have a nice day, though.
How can you tell that I'm a woman?
Are you saying that you would like to be addressed as a man?
What is a man?
I know, but
You're shaking.
best off of
You're
experience.
shaking. Your lips are quivering. Your eyes are twitching because you're so nervous to be talking to me.
No, I just took my ADHD medicine late, so like amphetamines hitting.
That's a
yeah,
good
plus had a couple Red
excuse.
Bulls.
Yeah, that's a good excuse.
No, you
fucking
You're
serious.
literally shaking.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, you were so cool and brave coming up here to me, so that was awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's really clear, how much I'm shaking, right? Yeah. But
He actually is.
You're
shaking like a motherfucker.
You are beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love this so much.
Don't engage with her. She's a
that's
baiter.
okay.
No, she's a baiter.
I can handle it.
I'm a
Okay.
I'm a dater. I'm a gator or a baiter?
I have no idea.
Oh my goodness. All right, so tell me about your outfit.
This is Brazilian Carnival, bringing the Brazilian vibe here to this Pride event.
He says you can never become a woman. What does that mean? What is a woman?
I mean, a woman is up to interpretation.
What's your interpretation?
I mean, my interpretation would be different for me than for anyone else. I'm not one to say who a woman is.
Are you a woman?
I am. Thank you so much.
So how do you know you're a woman?
I'm
He's
also
got the boobs,
non-binary, so
without a bra.
that's fine. I don't care about gender.
How do you know you're a woman?
I just said I'm also non-binary, so I just don't care about gender.
You can't be both.
Okay. So what is a man?
I couldn't tell you. A man's up to a man.
But what when you say a man is up to a man, what is that? What is it up to then?
If I know, you tell me, because what makes you think that you're a woman?
I know I'm a woman. I don't think I'm a woman. I know I'm a woman.
What tells you that?
Yeah, I'm an adult human female.
Okay, but how does that equate to a woman?
Because that's what a woman is an adult human female.
Oh, you're funny.
What's wrong about that?
I never said anything was wrong. I just said you were funny, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Would you like
Why,
to
because she
correct
told
me?
you the actual definition?
No, it's not my job to correct anyone.
I don't think you can correct me because you have.
definitely can.
Okay, go ahead.
I just said it's not my job. I'm here to have fun today and
What is a
celebrate
woman?
me being gay. But I really hope you have a wonderful day.
Do you agree with that?
I wouldn't recommend sticking around. She's just a grifter.
I don't know who that is. I've never met him before in my life.
I don't agree with that because who has the right to tell anybody what they can do with their own life?
Do you think? Do
Who
you
has the
think
right to
there's
tell
any
somebody what
truth?
they can do with their own life? Well, I feel like I wasn't supposed to vote for Trump. Why does it keep coming up? Let me hit play again. Hold on.
That if you're born with male DNA, you can't become a woman?
However you feel about yourself is who you should be allowed to be. It's a free country.
Yeah. What is a woman?
A bad bitch.
Oh, I mean,
So I do want to point.
I mean, she didn't use woman.
Now she had a free mom hug shirt. She's a mom, so she's a woman. It's like right there on her. Part of the equation is right there on her shirt. Can you clarify Trump on what a woman is?
Someone who identifies as a female.
Okay. What is a female?
Someone who has feminine traits.
Like?
I guess long hair, effeminate, I don't know.
Long hair, you motherfucker. Huh?
Couldn't there just be surfer dudes with long hair?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to help him out?
Yeah.
To me, a woman is whatever. Honestly, it's not really about gender. It's more about who they are, how they feel as a person. You know, it's to me the bigger focus is about their. I guess you could say identifiable is their name. You just say like you're to him, to me, he's Pookie or Jeff. Like that's just
Pookie,
that's who
you're
you
not
are.
black.
I mean,
You're a Pookie.
Yeah.
Pookie. And what do you call him?
Pookie.
Oh, you're both Pookie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
racist
really sweet. Like
motherfuckers.
Pookie 1 and Pookie 2?
Yep.
I mean, there were like recent studies. There are like studies out there that can prove that anyone can be a woman.
What up, clown?
Anyone can be.
How would they prove that? What is a woman?
Assigned female at birth, or yeah.
How do you prove someone's a woman?
If they share like female characteristic traits.
This one's Filipino.
Whether that be like having it really doesn't matter what's in your pants, basically. So if someone says that they're a woman, then
Oh no.
they're a woman.
It does matter what's in their pants, because if she tells me a woman, she's a woman, and then it's time to do the deed, and got a fucking schlong. I'm like, whoa, bro. Let me get those meat cleavers over there.
How would we prove that? Because you said that we can prove that. How do we? If he said he's a woman, how do we prove that?
What the fuck?
If he said
Did
that
you get
he
that
was a
sneak
woman,
look?
how would we prove that? Because you said it can be proven.
Okay, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, like it just matter. What matters is like what the person thinks who they are.
Okay.
So like, I don't think it should matter what other people like think. If that's what they think they are, then like, that's what they are.
All right, we just take them for their word, huh?
It's like freedom.
Yeah.
It's freedom.
Okay.
Isn't that what America is? It's about freedom.
Well, also truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You agree? So.
You think anybody can become a woman no matter what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Are you a woman?
No,
Okay. How do you know that?
because I feel comfortable as a man. That's what I am, and I like it.
Okay. What is a man?
There you go.
It's whatever you want it to be, but I like just being like a big, broad, tough dude. But that's okay. You know, it's nice to have emotions too. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a little tear here or there.
Some people are women, some people are male.
Right.
And some people don't even have the correct YW chromosomes, and they are
Oh,
born
YW.
without female or male genitals. So
It's those Wyoming chromosomes.
they're not either one.
Wait, YW.
I mean, I know people like that.
Never mind.
So,
I thought it was WY.
I mean, Donald Trump is an idiot.
Yeah.
We need to get
This is something an idiot would say, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So when he says you can never become a woman, obviously you disagree. What is a woman?
Is that Vanilla Ice?
A woman is somebody that should be in office right now.
So can you set him
what?
straight and give him a little bit of schooling on what a woman is?
What a woman is. That's so interesting because I feel like being a woman and being feminine is whatever you are. Like if you identify as a female, whatever
Right.
you do is female, you are feminine. That's
Okay.
something that like I have like told her a lot where she's like, I don't feel feminine today. And I'm like, if you are being yourself and being a person and you identify as a female, you are feminine.
That's
okay.
And I would agree. Yeah, because she tells me that regularly. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this makes me
I
feel
bet you they
gross.
smell like
Maybe
cat
it
pee.
makes me feel like I'm not as feminine. She says, if you identify as a woman, you're a woman. That's what matters. If everything that
Cat
you do
pee
is
and
feminine.
tuna.
Okay.
So-
When you identify as a woman, what are you identifying as?
I don't know. So I am a cis woman. So I've identified as a woman.
How do you know you're a cis woman?
Yeah.
Well, isn't cis is when you're
born.
the-
You're identifying with what you were born with.
Yeah.
So you're a woman.
Yeah. So I was born assigned female at birth. I've always identified as female. So
Is this the sister?
yeah.
Yeah, this is my sister.
Okay, because so this is your sister.
Hello, yes.
How are you?
Hi,
What-
I'm doing well.
What was going on over there?
What was going on is I feel like if he wants to come out and talk, I will talk with him.
Are
If he
you
wants to have a
transferring
speaker, I'll
porn?
bring my own.
So what are you guys out here celebrating today?
We're just
Not having dirty underwear.
Not having dirty underwear.
Well,
Can't have dirty underwear if you're not wearing any.
there's no only male or female DNA.
Okay.
There-
What is there?
Have you heard of people who have no or have both genitalia? What are they? What are they?
They have a deformity and immune.
No, they are not.
Yeah, that's a
Actually, it's a
deformity, and
deformity.
that's a genetic mutation.
What about a woman who has a vagina? When they do her medical testing, comes back that she has male DNA, and she's never had any operation and never had anything.
Yeah.
What about that?
That's a genetic mutation.
This is what being transgender is, a genetic mutation. They are born in the wrong body.
That's-
My son is trans male.
So your daughter?
My son is trans male.
Okay, what is a male?
All right, so these are one of those other people that they push this false narrative on their children because to them their children are now their clout, right? If you're going around and you're a Democrat and you're saying, "Yeah, my kid's trans. Yeah, I'm a proud parent." No, the fuck you're not. I mean, you can be a proud parent, but you can't tell me you're happy about that. Especially if you want grandkids.
He looks like a man.
What is that? What is a man?
Looking like a man.
I think you know. It's not
I'm
gender.
asking you.
Portray yourself to be a man. Like today, I'm looking like a woman. If I go put on drag, I can look like a man. I think we all know what a man looks like.
How old is your child?
20.
When did they come out as trans?
14.
Of course they did.
And this is way before all this stupid ass Trump bullshit, so it ain't that. Y'all's little, it's all, everybody just trying to be trans. It ain't that.
It actually
This was
is.
years ago, before that dumb Trump got into office.
I doubt it.
Y'all are bullshit. Caitlyn, I hate you.
Wait,
Okay.
wait.
I feel
Her son is 20 years old. He came out as trans daughter came out as trans at 14 years old. So 6 years ago. Who was the president 6 years ago?
feel so bad for her daughter. Let's maybe pray for her daughter that there's a conversion of heart and the truth can be seen to her. Cause wow, that is so sad. What is a woman?
What is a what?
Whatever you want it to be, babe.
Anything you want it to be. Anyone can. If you say you're a woman, you're a woman. It doesn't matter.
What do you guys identify as?
I identify as a woman.
Women.
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because that's how I
Because I know it
choose
in
to
my
identify.
But what does that mean?
That I'm a woman.
But what does that mean? When you say you're a woman and someone says, "Oh, what is that?"
What does it mean for you?
An adult human female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A woman, like.
I say I'm a woman, I'm a woman. I say I'm a man, I'm a man. It doesn't really
Yo,
matter.
the NPC
At the end of
If
the
you're
are
telling
fucking
someone that I am a
rampant
woman,
these days.
what is that?
It's whatever I want it to
Whatever
be.
I want it to be.
I find it like femininity,
Femininity
Yes.
can be whatever you depict it as.
Is there anything?
Doesn't
That's
mean
not
you need to
true.
be feminine. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
oh, absolutely.
You can be masculine and be
Well,
a
that's why I think it's subjective
Yeah,
to anyone. It's like different for everyone.
I think no matter how many surgeries you have or chemicals you inject, you are the gender identity you say. You don't need those kind of surgeries. You don't need medication because not everyone has access to those. And those people are just as valid.
Okay. And so I was asking them, someone in the same press conference asked Trump what a woman was.
Okay.
Would you like to clarify what a woman is?
I think a woman should be what people say, what that person says. I feel like if someone says they're a woman, I don't have the right to question that.
Okay.
I do. I definitely do. as a person with, like a little bit of intelligence, I don't know. Pretty sure when it came down to patient care, yeah, there's a lot of big differences as far as vital signs go. Typically, women's heart rates are faster, their blood pressure's lower, their BMI is higher.
What would they be saying they are when they say they're a woman?
I think just that. I think if they say they're a woman, then that's what they are.
Right, but what is that?
What is a woman?
Yeah.
I think it's just what I said, is that it's an internal emotional state. It's what you in your soul know you are.
How would someone know that if we can't define it?
I don't understand your question.
How would someone know they're a woman if we're unable to, if it's just how we feel? Well, what do you mean it's how we feel? How do I know I feel like a woman?
I think that's why community is important. And speaking with your community, getting to know people, and having open...
So you're teaching your community to lie to each other. Is that what you're doing? So if you tell them the objective truth, then it must make me a Nazi. Got it. Damn.
Open conversations of how everyone feels.
This press conference was going on because of the issue of men and women's sports that they're talking about.
Okay.
And do you think there's any validity there that maybe we should define what a man and a woman is in case for sports and high schoolers and the competitions that are being won by men and not women in female sports?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know. I don't know sports well enough, and I think that's something that is important when someone doesn't know a topic well enough, that they say, I'm going to defer to the experts. That's it. For that, I will defer.
If the sports expert said that men in sports should be determined by their DNA, would you go along with that definition?
I feel like that would be something that would have to be discussed within the scientific community, because there is empirical evidence where they have the numbers that show that it doesn't matter. And I definitely think if one expert stands on a stage and says no, then that's different than empirical data.
When one says it, like Robert Malone, but ended up Robert Malone being right and not Dr. Anthony Fauci.
So, yeah.
All right, perfect. And you identify as?
I use she, her pronouns.
Okay, and you are a woman?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know?
Because I went through the last 5 years talking to my therapist and talking with my community.
Oh, you're a
I figured
guy.
that out for myself.
Okay. I still don't know what a woman is.
I mean, I know what I am.
How do you know you're a woman? You can't tell me what a woman is.
I did tell you what a woman was.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I mean, then you need to speak with your community and...
What community?
Tampa Bay. There's people here.
You want me to talk? I have been talking to this community about what a woman is, and no one can tell me.
Then I feel like you need to do some self-discovering and speaking with people.
I have been speaking with people, and no one has been able to answer my question.
So what is a chair? If you can define a chair in a
Four
way that
legs,
describes all chairs and does
a
not
back.
describe anything
Sometimes
else,
you have a stool.
then... Because we're also more complex than chairs. So...
No.
You can give me an explanation.
Listen.
What is a man? What is a person? And all of these things are going to have, well, what about this other thing? What about a couch? What about a stool? All these
That
things.
has nothing to do with gender, you fucking retard.
And I feel like with things like this,
But they're all chairs. That's the thing. But they would all be chairs. But anyway.
But then someone else would disagree. Like I don't think a couch. That's not a chair.
Okay.
That's a bench. So you have this thing, these complexities within something as simple as the things we use every day.
Perfect.
So I don't think you're going to find someone that's going to sit here and tell you in a sentence or in a conversation.
Matt Walsh has. He said that.
All right. I hate to do this. Are you smarter than a kindergartner?
have a penis, girls have a vagina.
What?
Thanks for the tip.
Can you tell me that again? I missed it.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Thanks for the tip.
One more time for the retard in the back.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Thanks for the tip.
A woman is an adult human female.
Okay.
Would you accept that definition?
I mean, that's not a bad definition per se, but I think that's I think that's kind of reductive. But you've got all these things that we try to boil things down.
Yeah.
I think too much sometimes.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I do have to point out that I asked dozens of pride goers today what a woman was. And the only person that could come up with a definition for them is Matt Walsh. And that's the closest we've got. So yeah, that's a good definition. I think he would appreciate that very much. Do you know who Matt Walsh is?
I'm relatively familiar.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your time. Has Trump done anything good so far?
Anything good so far? Not that I've seen.
You don't go to churches and do this, or you just go to gay events?
Honestly, this is honestly our first time doing it because it's just something we believe in. So we're figuring it out.
So you're going to try and make gay people Christian instead of making Christians tall into gays?
We're here because a lot of Christians have said
happened
you're
here?
hated. The church hates you, and we want to say no, that's not true.
But do you go to conservative churches on Sunday and come post it out with gay signs? You come here talking about God.
We're just here to spread love.
Okay. What's the
I did just interview her for what it's worth, and I do think she's actually a very kind
In case
person.
you're wondering, this is the guy.
That's okay. I just don't really care about all this religion stuff, trying to be in public.
That's totally fine, friend. That is absolutely okay.
Oh,
I mean, it's
well,
part
I
of
tried
the
to vouch for you.
First Amendment.
I do think you're very kind, and I think you guys are doing generally a good job,
Can I
except
pray
for your
for you?
church. If you want,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry,
sure.
Jenna? Okay.
You know my name.
Yeah. God, I just thank you because you did make this girl beautifully and wonderfully, and you have a mission in her life, and I don't know what it is, but she does, and you do, Lord, and that is what's important. So I just pray that your light shines through her, God, and that people are reached in a way that represents you, and that they see the light of Jesus in her, Lord, and the people that she comes in contact with.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Do a little sign of the cross for that one. Have a good day, guys.
You
Thank
Oh
you.
man. Yeah. Amazing look into the world of Trans Visibility Day and Pride Parade. No, because that's not until June. Whatever the fuck it was, Trans Day of Visibility, where everybody come out and see what is a woman, and a woman is what you feel like at the moment. A woman is a woman. Yeah. Okay. And we explained it. Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina. Even a kindergartner knows that. Weird. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed. Well, yeah. Hope you enjoyed today's show. And as it is being Friday, normally I don't do a Friday show. That's kind of weird. I'll either be on tomorrow or Sunday. And one thing that I've been looking at yesterday is that I forgot that there was a smaller, little known Epstein Black Book that was found on the streets of New York and sold repeatedly. And in this book, there are 212 names. So, and that book is repeatedly being shopped around, sold at auctions, this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, and some of those names are like big financial people, like financiers. Weird, right? Still looking at that. I was kind of high when I was looking at that list, and I kind of lost interest. So we'll see how I feel this time around. And if not, it'll be about something completely different. I might do another conspiracy truth. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Hope y'all have a good rest of the day. I'm not telling y'all how to think because, well, you would end up being just like those people that we just watched today. I'm just telling you to think. First, it's good for your brain, and it helps you grow as a person.